San Antonio sports star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Rudy, what you do with our San Antonio sports star coffee mug? Is that at your home now?
Yeah, it's at home. My wife uses it more than I do. She's like a fanatic of coffee, so she kind of stole it from me. But I love that mug.
I do too.
It's a quality mug.
I'm using it for the wrong thing.
I know you second stored. What, you got your granolas in there?
Yeah, I've learned a long time ago that if I use a coffee mug, because the fact of the matter is it's still got old coffee on the bottom, I'm just going to leave it. That's one of the reasons I just use disposable.
What is the Nature's Valley waffle? What is that?
Oh, they're delicious.
Let me have one of those. Let me try this.
That's
Let me see
good.
what you got. These need to come with a vacuum, but
Yeah, they do. No,
as soon as you open them, crumbs go everywhere. As
Well,
a guy that has a commercial cleaning company,
those
hate
keep you in
people-
business.
I hate people.
No,
Yes,
they keep you in business,
Dude,
man.
there's crumbs everywhere with these things.
I had a granola thing explode on me earlier.
What the heck was that? Was it too
Dude.
much air?
No, that's me. It was.
It was you?
I was.
You're too anxious to open it?
I was trying to get the plastic thing off the top and the plastic thing underneath the top that was attached to the bottom. It's also plastic. It all plastic together, and
Yeah.
and
It exploded.
really early, and
We're in there laughing. Carl's like, what's going on in there? You should see Carl's face sometimes.
I blasted granola like it was a party
Blasted
favor around
granola.
here.
How was y'all's evening?
Mine was good, man. I have fallen face first into Yellowstone.
You know what? So I'm late to Yellowstone as well, but I have a couple cigar buddies that swear by it. Now you're swearing by it.
Man, yeah.
So, and this is Peacock.
It's on Peacock, but I think it's on a couple of other networks too. I don't know who's actually
Help
broadcasting
us out.
it
Where
now.
else can I? Because I don't have Peacock. Help me out,
'Cause
San
there's
Antonio.
a-
Where
there's-
can I watch Yellowstone?
I don't know where it's being broadcast, like the new episodes, but I found it on Peacock and it has the new episodes as well. But I wanted to say it was on like Paramount or I don't know. It's on
Well,
one of the
see,
broadcast networks.
I prefer to watch them once they've thrown it all on a stream, so I don't have to wait a week.
I'm 3 seasons behind. I think they're in season 3 now, and I'm just now beginning. So I've got a
Okay.
good.
Is it Western John Wayne?
No. It's a modern day big ranch, Yellowstone Ranch in Montana.
Oh,
And
is it like Dynasty?
it
Does
is
it feel like
for
Dynasty?
those of Godfather. It's Godfather written in the West. It's monsters.
Really?
Kevin Costner plays the
big
Godfather
dog.
character. He runs this 200,000 acre giant, ranch and all that goes along with it.
Okay.
Has the powerful family. The kids play a role. There's a Fredo. There's a Sonny on this one is actually the daughter,
Mhm.
the loose cannon. And then there's the Michael Corleone, who was the war hero that was going to do something great, but gets sucked into the family business and all the dirty business that goes with cattle ranching up in the upper north.
So how many episodes did you watch last night?
I'm 3, actually.
Are they 30 or hour?
About an hour.
Oh, so if you watched 3 episodes, then you were like, you're
We hit
into
it
it.
at 6:30, man. with
Y'all
the-
sat down with
sat-
dinner like, yo, let's
the dinner
get it.
dove in.
It's Paramount. Vince says Paramount.
It's on Paramount, yeah. But for some reason, it's streaming on Peacock. So, dude, I'm
Whatever.
I'm
You
all
love
in
it.
because I get the Godfather type, and once you realize, hey, this is just Goodfellas with cowboy hats on, then it
I'm
makes
down.
some sense. Now, I had some friends that we'll just leave it to those that haven't seen it.
Right, yeah, I don't want to give it away. But
Take it to the train station. That's something that's going to be part of my vernacular for the rest of my life, and I'm not going to tell you why it is.
okay.
Don't get uppity. I'm going to take you to the train station.
All right. Karl, Yellowstone, you down? You in? Have you watched it already?
No, I have been watching Invasion on Apple, and also on Apple is Foundation. I'm a couple
I've
episodes
watched
in.
both of
and
those.
Now,
Yeah.
see, you and Rob
Yeah.
were talking about Invasion, and Rob was like, dude, it's all over the place. Does it ever come together?
Man, gosh, and I guess a new episode just dropped because
Yeah, I don't want to really throw it off, but it does start off in several places in the world.
Bunch
And
of
you
stories going
imagine
on.
that they start to intertwine, and eventually you realize it is a sci-fi instead of a
Oh, it's
horror.
sci-fi?
It's alien invasions.
yeah, we're being invaded,
Mhm.
and there's all these disparate stories. Like there's a soldier in Iraq that just comes to, and everybody's gone. Like everybody's gone, and he finds out, and everybody starts to realize that there's been an alien attack, and there's a family up in the Northeast, and there's an old dude in the Midwest, and all these stories. And you wonder how are they all going to come together because it's all over the world.
Yeah.
I don't have the answer because I haven't gotten that far into it.
It seems to be about a 3-season arc at least.
Probably.
Yeah, and that's fine. People dedicate more time to other series.
And I promise you, this is a sports talk radio show. I do promise you that.
Yeah, we'll get to it.
But I spent an
Nothing
entire
happened last night.
Thanksgiving week
You were
alone streaming. Foundation on Apple Plus. Interesting.
Foundation?
Yeah, interesting.
It is very artistically inspiring. It's almost like a Star Wars in a way, a Star Trek, but it's original. It's a sci-fi as well.
Yeah, it's interesting. Shot really, really well.
Very, very cool, futuristic, intergalactic story.
Obviously, it comes from a sci-fi series of books, but it's really good.
Yeah, but time out. Did you go see House of Gucci after all?
No, that's actually planned for tonight.
You going to the House of Gucci in the middle of the week?
He's dating.
You know what it is?
He's
I
not
forgot.
married.
There's no Spurs game tonight.
And he's not married. You still do this when you're not married.
Wednesday?
And I'm all over the place because Thursday I have Austin Spurs versus Greenboro Swarm. Friday I'll be at the UTSA game with you. So, I think I got something going on Saturday. I need to double check my schedule. I might actually be free, but, I'm just all over the place. So we sneak in movies when we can.
So
fewer people too, because we want to go to the theaters, but we don't want it to be crowded.
I agree with you. Now that is smart to go to the movies during the week. It is smarter.
Have you ever gone to the movie by yourself?
Hell no.
All the time.
Hey, Mom. So by yourself, you solo?
I'm not trying to talk to somebody during a movie anyway.
I don't go to the movies by myself.
Why?
I'm not gonna say it's weird, but it's weird.
Why? Why is it weird?
Because that's not. I mean, even go with the homie. I don't know. Go with your dog.
If you go with your homie, do you sit next to each other?
No,
do you always
sit in between.
Why? What? Why?
Because it's just like if there's 30 treadmills open, don't get on the one next to someone.
Well, if I don't know them, but what if it's your boy? You're out working out together.
I don't want to sit that close to you. Put a chair in between us, if possible.
That's why I like sitting alone. I can just kind of
like
chill.
Perfect example. We went to the Stros game. I originally sat down next to Rob, right?
This is movie seats, though.
I sat down next to him, but then I realized, our row is open. Put a seat in between us.
No, there's nothing wrong with that because we were crowded. But in a movie theater, it's not like we're shoulder to.
What's your room, dog? I don't want to be right
Rudy,
next to you.
I want to sit next to
No,
you, man.
You don't. No, you don't.
You don't want to sit next to me?
No.
What if I have all the popcorn?
First of all, we're getting separate popcorn. If I'm not going with my wife, if I'm going with you, we're getting separate popcorn.
Well, what kind of a date would that be?
It's not a date.
Oh.
We're just kicking it.
Okay. So you're just two boys, you're guys. You go. Like, what if it's three of y'all? Do y'all just take a whole row, go every other?
See, then you might have to sit together, especially if the movie's crowded.
Nowadays, though, everybody has assigned seating. So usually,
I deliberately, with the assigned seating, I deliberately don't buy the seat on the aisle, so I always have a seat to my right or left.
But
nobody
you know
ever buys that single.
My best friend / best man. Now, when we would double date for movies, because he and I are such goofballs, we would sit our girls on the outside and us next to each other so we could laugh at certain stuff in the movies. And our girls would be like,
no, she would not allow that.
My girl would be like, dude, really going to sit next to him? Yes, because we need to laugh at inside jokes together.
No, that's exactly why it would not occur at my house.
You don't double date movies?
Well, yeah, but I wouldn't be sitting next to my guy.
Why not?
My wife would be like,
y'all still sitting next to my wife.
No, I've had this argument. I lost. I gave that up years ago.
What do you mean? So tell me what happened.
You are here with me.
No, I'm there with my buddy. If we're double dating, no.
You are here with me.
Then we should have just did date night. If we're gonna double date, I'm gonna hang out with my dog.
You think your wife was the one that suggested the double date?
It's always me. My wife always wants me to herself.
I
don't know why.
Here with me.
I don't know why.
Yeah, but
my wife treats me like I'm Idris Elba, which I love. But she always wants me to herself. Like, do you have to call someone every time we go somewhere?
You are here with me. Yes.
Yeah, I do. It's more fun.
I lost that.
Well, it's not more fun. Century. That's messed up to say. But I like a group. I'm a group guy.
We're a good group. The older
I'm
you
a
get,
group
the,
guy.
the group share is fun. But
we do get away solo. We get away solo. We do our thing.
But the sitting next to my buddy
I
while
sit
you're on
next to
the
my buddy
outside
at the movies,
alone,
man. We gotta laugh
no,
and crack jokes and
No.
trade Skittles.
yeah.
But that's my bike. But
If you,
we're talking about
what I find
this
ironic
is fourth grade.
But what I find ironic is if you would go on a double date and you would sit your wife on the outside, on your outside
Yes.
shoulder, so you can lean in and talk to your boy.
Right.
But if you and your boy just go together, you have to sit separate,
One in
so you
between.
can't share the jokes.
No, but see, I can't remember. Like, I haven't. The last time I went to the movies, like with a buddy, was I was a child. I haven't been to the movies just with a buddy as an adult.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Been a long time. But
So if you and I went to the movies, I would sit down and you'd
one
just,
seat in between if it's available. But you guys going by yourselves.
I never said I went by myself. I don't
Carl,
find it odd. I have been to the movies
That's
by myself.
Carl.
I
That's
have.
different.
So
bro.
consider how my career kind of starts. I'm on the road doing like San Jose State versus Texas State and San Jose on a rainy
So are
day.
you the guy that's like, oh, y'all are going to the bar? I'm going to check out Iron Man 3.
No, I'll be social.
Don't be antisocial.
So here's the thing. I've probably never seen a Marvel movie alone, but like if I know I saw like Django Unchained alone because I knew it was a Tarantino film and I was trying to kill 3 hours in a town. So I'm used to just watching things alone like that.
Are y'all Bijou guys? Bijou movie where you watch like a French flick with the
I do better with subtitles at the theater, yes.
Yeah.
Because it's very hard to play Candy Crush and watch a movie with subtitles at home.
What?
I'm being honest. It's very hard to scroll through your socials and read a movie. So I do better at the theater
when you have to pay attention.
When I have to.
Got you. All right. Interesting conversation.
We were actually, it is.
That's an interesting conversation. But yeah, I don't know many people that go to the movies alone.
It's mostly like the travelers and the types that work at night.
My dad doesn't have a day job, so he goes to independent films all the time, and he reads the subtitles. He'll be like, "Oh, there was this nice, depressing French movie. You need to see it." Like, no, Dad, it's going to end depressing.
That's also Austin, though.
That's very true.
That's very Austin.
Yeah, there's not a lot of that going on here in San Antonio.
Very Austin of you guys. I'll talk to Bill about that when I see him. Bill, you watch French flicks alone?
He still records music too, so he hasn't given up on that. But Austin's no longer the live music.
That is what I want, and we're gonna move on. I told my wife if she don't do it, I'm gonna be mad. I want a record player for Christmas. That's all I want. I want to get into vinyl. I'm gonna be a hipster. I'm gonna be into vinyl again.
Okay.
What? Why are you rolling your eyes, shaking your head? What's wrong with that?
Everybody is buying a record player right now. It'll be in the garage sale. I don't know in the next 2 years. Well, you know why?
We all had one growing up.
Why? Because digital's better. Digital's better. It is a better technology.
But sometimes if you have some people over, it's cool to play some records. Hey man, I got a cool.
I can just hit my playlist and never worry about it again. Or I could stand after every song or after every 5 minutes, gently touch this thing that if I breathe on it wrong or if it falls to the floor could pick up a scratch and irrevocably ruin what was already kind of a crackly, scratchy sound anyway.
Why are you putting negative thoughts in my head? I'm rethinking
every time people go, vinyls. No, it's not. Vinyl is just a sideline. It's just a thing. The technology has improved. It's like, you know what I really love? I love horse and buggy. I'm getting back to, it's a more richer experience with the horse and buggy. So I'm going to, on the side, I'm going to go get a horse and a wagon. And
it's so funny you say that. My wife bugged me for years to do the horse and buggy. We got on that damn thing and she was on Facebook and Instagram the whole ride. I was like, you know what? Don't ask me for a damn thing. Like, you make me get on this damn horse. It stinks. It's weird. Everyone in downtown's looking at us. And you on Facebook and Instagram? Like, you're not enjoying this? You ain't hugging me? You're scrolling.
I hate those horse and buggies. I hate them.
You do?
I hate them.
Poor horses.
No, not
You-
poor
you
horses.
say they're
Wait,
treated
are you
right.
an animal
ain't
cruelty
poor
guy?
horses. No.
Is this an animal cruelty thing?
Those horses get treated better than anybody else that works downtown.
I
Let
bet
me
you-
tell you.
I bet you're
If
right
you're a
about that.
riverboat driver, it gets to 95. Guess who's standing out on the river driving a boat? The drivers. You know who's in the shade having some hay and some cool water? They pull the horses off the street, which is the right thing
There
to
you go. I was
do.
about to
But
say,
there are
good. They're not
doormen and everybody
terrible.
else outside saying it's so hot that the animals can't even work, but we're out here.
So they pull the horses if it's too hot.
Yeah, yes, there are many ordinance protecting horses.
Look at this. Rob is out of pocket. Vinyl is back.
Oh,
In
get
no
outta
way
here.
compared to horse and
Vinyl
carriage.
is not back.
So-
Vinyl is a side. Vinyl is the lacrosse of sports.
So-
No,
of
it's not.
music. It is an interesting sideline. It is an activity that you fill when there are not other things to do.
I want to know this though, because I never lived in the age of vinyl. I think I saw a record player when I was.
We
Oh,
know.
I did.
We
I
know,
did, and that was
Karl.
part of the
We
vinyl.
know. Okay, you're young. Go
So-
ahead.
I had 8
but
tracks.
But I do enjoy the sound of it whenever I come across it. So I'm with you on that,
See?
Rudy.
What do you mean you
But
enjoyed the
I had the
sound?
45s. I even had the little ones.
We all did. Yes.
You did too.
There's something about analog. It's analog versus digital, and people kind of like it because they think
See?
it's more true to the ear. There's
know
a
what?
weird
It's not.
thing there.
Digital is the truest form to the
and
ear.
you're actually very right on that. That's the actual.
So when
correct
you say,
way
well,
to
it
say
sounds better, well, it doesn't sound true. It sounds richer. You know, you can buy a thing that'll do that for you.
Rob, it's more sexy.
I'll give you that. If you want
So
to
you
go,
don't have
you know,
an album.
8 tracks
So you
are
don't have.
sexy.
So time out. You don't have an album that you can listen to front to back.
Yes, but I can also get that on a little on a variety of sources without having to deal with all of the other things
That's
that we
like-
also desperately wanted to get rid of when we got rid of vinyl the first time we got rid of it. Keep in mind that everybody had vinyl and we decided, you know what, this sucks. This sucks. I can't travel with it. I can't do anything
I'll
with
tell
it.
you. So you wouldn't prefer vinyl over a tape?
No, vinyl was better than tape, but we
See?
left that behind too. It's
Yeah,
not like
tapes are terrible.
so.
Tapes are horrible.
we
I had to
have
rewind the song 80
a
times.
better technology, so you can look back with great fondness and
See,
say, "Wow,
my
that-
mom, my sister has one too.
Well, I'm not saying, but don't tell me vinyl's back, baby. Vinyl ain't back.
I looked into it though, Rudy. You can get one for like 40, like a nice little briefcase one, and then some of the nicer ones are obviously going up to like.
It's like
I've got a
vintage.
Brady Bunch one at home. You can have that
It's
one.
vintage. It's like, it's like a pair of Jordans being re-released. It's vintage.
I will give you that. There is a segment, but don't tell
But
me. You know what?
but you know what? There's something to what you're saying. I hear you.
For
And
those
now
of us that
and
did-
now I have to rethink my Christmas gift. Even though I'm going to stand on it today. But you really just came through and just stepped all over my sand
I've
castle.
had this
Like I
argument
just made
in
this
my
beautiful sand castle, and Rob just came by and kicked it. You know what I'm saying?
So the deterring reason I didn't get one is because I was looking up like albums I might want on vinyl.
That's the
and
other
one
thing.
of them was Drake's "Take Care,"
And
and
they
it was
didn't have it?
$200.
How
Of
much?
course, yeah, they don't make them anymore. It's $200 if you want to buy it on eBay.
Oh no, I'm not giving Drake $200.
Here, let me show you. What's the record? What's the
Take
what's
care.
the
I got it for
song?
free
I
on my
know where I
Mac.
can find it,
Oh,
Rob.
okay. I just, you know what?
It's just some days I want to pour some wine and put on a record and then take it back.
That's fair.
You see what I'm saying? Like it's kind of sexy. It's like a picnic.
Oh, I know. A lot of
Nobody
people,
wants to be outside of the picnic and getting bit up by mosquitoes.
but the idea was good.
But the idea was good. You see what I'm saying? Because that's another thing. She's like, you never take me on picnics. I want to take you on picnics. I pay a mortgage. I can eat here. Oh, a picnic.
It's
Who
hot.
wants to sit? Like, can you imagine my big ass trying to sit out on a blanket in the middle of a park? Like, it don't even look right. Like, where am I getting that blanket from? That's gonna fit all of our food and me. Where's that blanket? Anyway, all right, we're 18 minutes in, but that was fun.
Let's talk some sports. What do you
Vinyl.
say?
He just kicked my sandcastle, man. High tide rolled in and just cremated my
I'm just.
sandcastle.
It's like
I feel you though.
it's a pool table. It's a
My pool table is a closet.
Your pool table
My
becomes the area of folded laundry.
Yes,
Eventually, that's where it.
My pool table the first couple years was, yeah, man, come by,
Mhm.
hell yeah. And now it's like,
That-
put it on the pool table.
Yeah, go put it back in the pool table and know where it is.
Facts.
Just don't mess the felt up. We might play tomorrow. Where's the damn 7?
Yeah,
Go to play. You're missing a pool ball.
Yeah.
How does a pool ball disappear?
I'm missing a couple.
All right. This is what
Well,
we're going to do.
You got some headlines in
I
there?
promise to talk some sports. We have a fine show prepared for you that includes lots of college football talk. The penultimate playoff ranking came out last night.
Yeah.
Welcome to the party, Michigan. LeBron gets a 10-day sick out. We got Trans-Siberian Orchestra tickets.
Nice.
We're going to talk 3-lock boxes.
What?
There's a segment that knows what I'm talking about. I got Sammy Hagar tickets to give away as well. Dr. Garrett's going to be here from Arasti. We'll talk injury. So let's get this party going with the headlines.
That's good.
Fine.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
My fault, Rob. A little eager to get to the headlines
We're
here.
here.
You always eager on that
Let's
button.
go, man.
We
Hit the
love it.
button.
This is a fun one here with the Major League Baseball Players Union. No closer to a deal with collective bargaining agreement set to expire, sources says. The impasse is likely for the owners to lock out the players at midnight on Wednesday. It's not a mandatory move, as the sides can keep negotiating under the old CBA rules if they desire, but the league insists it is the best route to instill a sense of urgency in the process. The owners don't want to lock out, viewed as punitive, but it's just part of the process. Probably punitive there.
I think so,
Yes.
but punitive sounds good.
I think the old cliche, are we sticking with this, Rob, that the regular normal people don't want to see millionaires arguing with billionaires? Are we still in that? Because I remember that was the thing with the NFL. That was the thing with the NBA. Like, hey, man, we're here paying $3 a gallon for gas.
Mm-hmm.
We're dealing with COVID. We don't really want to hear about you millionaires and billionaires arguing.
And deadlines make deals.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot. What do we got? March? March is really when we start really caring.
Well, pitchers and catchers report Valentine's Day-ish.
Late Feb into
mid-February,
March.
yeah.
So we got time, but it's going to get ugly. It always does.
think
It's
so, too.
baseball.
Yeah.
So this is the lockout will begin. They're going to quibble over the billions, and baseball will continue. But now's not a good time for baseball to make it into the headlines. Just get real quiet.
It's actually a really good story on the mothership, ESPN.com. Jesse Rogers is the author, and the players kind of want the moon, and it includes a 12-team playoff expansion, which the league is apparently not moved by, but they want to start incorporating maybe sponsor patches on the jerseys, things like that to increase revenue and get more money back to the players. And it seems like the league's kind of being purist.
Baseball, because of the length of the season, that's one of the few sports I'm down with expansion.
For playoffs?
Yeah.
Then what's the point? What's the point of 182 games if we're going to have even more playoff teams and we're going to have more games? I'm not anti because I'm all about playoffs.
It's a fair question.
But if you're going to have more playoffs, I feel like they're saturated anyway. I'm down with playoffs.
It's just, I guess, in a sport where it's a daytime sport, you need as many home games as possible because the building's not going to be sold out during the day all year long.
No.
So you need all 81.
At least.
You need all 81.
So you wonder, I mean, I'm an October baseball fan, like most.
Like me too. Same here.
I mean, we pay attention. We
keep our ear to the street, but we're not locked in nightly.
Exactly. But would I be an October fan if it was now September, October, November?
I think
you know
so.
what I mean? Would it still mean as much?
I think we start paying attention when the playoffs start.
But would it feel just the same if it was just the last 2 weeks of the pennant chase?
But to play
of the season?
162, because the thing about it is, it's like more than half of the league is done midway through.
Well, there is that.
You know what I mean? Like, you're trying to keep certain fan bases interested.
And expanding to 12 teams and maybe even do what the NBA is doing, we're expanding it to essentially 20 teams with the play-in.
I don't want that.
Well, you know, like you said, everybody pays attention during the playoffs, so you can't have your cake and eat it too. More playoffs means more eating of the cake.
I agree, and there is something to the play-in. I mean, it meant something to the
play-in
Spurs last year.
I think it's perfect where we are right now. I think the play-in is super cool.
They include the play-in as more of maybe there's more of a play-in scenario for baseball than there would be for the playoffs. Anyway, moving on.
Headline 1.
Los Angeles Kings forward Brendan Lemieux suspended 5 games by the NHL for biting. That's right. The NFL announced discipline Tuesday night. Lemieux, who will forfeit $38,750 in salary while under suspension. Geez, for 5 games? That's low. But the league posted video of a release on the NHL safety player page. I want to know the average NHL salary. But anyway, the bite happened in the third period of the Kings' 4-2 win.
Wait, time out. Are you saying bite or fight?
Bite.
Like Mike Tyson?
He bit him on the right hand. That's what I'm saying. It's a bite. In hockey,
you've lost all control. You've reached Isaiah Stewart level when you're biting.
Yeah, what are you doing,
at that
bro?
Point, you're capable of anything if you're biting.
And Karl, you pretty jaded when you think $7,000 a game isn't a lot, bro.
Well, when you hear
LeBron losing $200,000 a game,
that does sound, dude, lower end, man. What are you, like third string?
Never mind. Yeah, because I guess when I looked at LeBron, he's not going to miss any games for 10.
Well, when he got suspended the one game, it was like 200 something thousand,
exactly. Right? That's true. I guess I'm used to seeing NBA and baseball salaries.
I would think NHL salary, Karl's average salary, I'm going to guess somewhere between 5 and 7.
Yeah,
5 and 7 million.
Yeah. Evander Kane is like making $10 million a year.
How much?
Yeah, like $10 million a year,
and that's over 20 years.
Oh, probably, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's bad.
Moving along.
Headline 0.
5-star quarterback Malachi Nelson, first Oklahoma Sooner commit to follow Lincoln Riley to the USC Trojans. The 5-star quarterback committed to USC on Tuesday to follow Lincoln Riley to the Trojans and said, "Yeah, this feels right" on Twitter, along with a graphic that included the word "staying home."
And let me tell you something. This speaks volumes about Lincoln Riley, and let me tell you why. When a kid can make a decision that quick to be like, yeah, I'll go back to USC with you, that just tells you the job that he did to get him to commit to Oklahoma. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
What I'm trying to say, like, yo, this kid within 24 hours is willing to be like, hell yeah, I'll go to Cali.
Yeah.
But he had convinced you to come to Norman.
That second conversation was a lot easier.
He's like, hey, man, this is Michelle Kelly. My 5-star QB. A lot more that's at USC.
There's a few over here.
And here's some shades.
And here's some suntan.
And that North Face parka. You're not going to need that.
You're not going to need that.
You're not going to need that. This is such a great move. And I'm not mad at Lincoln, not one bit. Not one bit.
Hell no, not mad at him.
I'm not mad at Lincoln one bit. It's genius. Like, why would I go get my face beat in the SEC for 3 years?
And
have you ever been to Starkville, Mississippi?
This is leaving a craps table when it's hot for another table, because I could see Oklahoma almost eventually hitting a downfall, and it's the SEC. You get fired quick over in that league. He's going to be fine out in LA.
Well, yeah, he's not going to deal with the murderer's row of coaches.
Like, when you're winning Big 12 titles, I think it's a good recruiting tool. Like, if you're getting third in the SEC, do you still want to go? Because I'm
landed the number 1 wide receiver in the country yesterday as a third place in the SEC West. So yes, they still want to go. Okay. It is still the biggest stage.
You still play on CBS at 2:30.
And if you're not at CBS at 2:30, you're on ESPN at noon. And if you're not at ESPN at noon, you're on SEC Network at 3.
So you're saying because A&M can recruit,
every week,
Oklahoma can recruit.
You're on, and that is the one downfall that Lincoln is going to have to deal with. It is West Coast TV.
Oh, it sucks.
And the savvier
like
athletes,
by Saturday night, I'm done. I'm not watching college football at 9 at night on Saturday night.
So some of those savvier types that are looking at more than just being an athlete but building a brand, West Coast is a bit of a detriment.
Right. Now there's that Pac-12 game that comes on at like 6 on ABC. That I do. But those 9:30 Arizona State versus Washington State,
they're going to be 5 hours long because they're going to throw the ball 60 times each. So yeah,
with him being over there, they're going to be more in the prime time slots. They're not going to be with Lincoln Riley over there. They're not going to be putting USC at 9 o'clock.
No, it'll be 3 o'clock. Yes, noon here.
Right.
I mean, it will be, or the other way around. It'll be 3 o'clock, noon there. Yeah, we'll see a lot more USC because it looks good on TV. The Gallopman of Troy, no doubt.
So is that the only one he's flipped, or I thought he's flipped a few?
Oh, there's more coming.
Yeah, a lot more coming.
There's more coming.
But that's the biggest one because he's a top quarterback recruit, and I think he's
5-star.
from LA.
You said
5-star.
And today is December 1. Isn't this? You can start sitting in living rooms today.
Nice.
Coaches can start meeting. So
that's the 411 and a 210.
Hey, we stumbled out of the gate, but we promised to finish strong. Coming back, let's talk some college football. We got the latest of our playoff rankings coming out last night. The drama continues around the NCAA coaching carousel as Mr. Kelly heads to Louisiana, who's going to head toward Notre Dame. And
Louisiana.
As he leaves, what has he done to his former Notre Dame football team? Because one of the determining factors to the playoff is your coaching and playing status. If a player's hurt, they can use that, or if a coach leaves, they can use that, and it's a determining factor as to who actually gets to play on that New Year's Eve night, either in the Cotton or the Orange, I believe, are the two semifinal bowls. Could be wrong there.
I have to look that up.
I can promise you can catch them both right here on San Antonio Sports Star. Hey, coming back, let's talk some college football. We are your advent calendar of fun. Go open that first door. I bet it's a piece of candy. Coming back, it's Rudy and Rob here on R&R in the Morning on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Struggling with what to get a loved one for the holidays? I can help you out. Well, Texas Cheer Liquor can help you out. This Saturday, December 4th, from noon to 3 at Texas Cheer Liquor number 1. So the owner hit me up and let me know they're doing the engraving at Texas Cheer Liquor number 1, and that is the one on Petranco past 211. This Saturday from noon until 3, they're doing Christmas holiday engraving and tasting. So purchase any bottle of Woodford Reserve, Gentleman Jack, Jack Daniel's Single Barrel, which Pledge told me he loves, or Herradura Tequila, and you can have the bottle engraved at no extra charge. So again, if you're thinking about getting somebody something that has everything and it's a cool little side gift, a little stocking stuffer, or someone, you really don't want to get something big for, but you feel like they deserve a gift, I can't think of a better thing to give them. So that's this Saturday, December 4th, from noon until 3 at Texas Cheer Liquor number 1. Again, that's on Petranco past 211. Gentleman Jack, Jack Daniel's Single Barrel, Herradura Tequila, or Woodford Reserve. Those bottles. And while you're there, you get a little bit of taste. So that's Texas Cheer Liquor out there past 211. The other 3 locations, one across from Walmart on Petranco, Highway 90 in Montgomery, and they one in the Patron Plaza off of Palo Alto. Beer, wine, liquor, cigars, one-stop shop. So don't forget about this Saturday, though. That's TexasCheerLiquor.com, Texas Cheer Liquor app. Give them a call. Check out the website. See what they have. Go by. Get you something.
Sports Center is brought to you by Kielbasa Slow Crafted Sausage, available at your local grocery stores.
The transfer portal season is underway, and the Texas Longhorns lost 2018 top 20 recruit Alvante Woodard to the transfer portal. Texas expects to lose at least 8 players to the transfer portal this offseason. In NCAA men's basketball, the 15th-ranked University of Houston Cougars rolled Southland opponent Northwestern 99-58 last night. And tonight in San Antonio, the University of the Incarnate Word is set to host Our Lady of the Lake with a 6:30 tip-off. And 2 Texas NBA teams are in action tonight. Dallas is in New Orleans to play the Pelicans, and the Rockets are in Oklahoma City for a matchup against the Thunder. Both games tip off at 7 o'clock. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Karl Schoening.
According to NHTSA, in 2019, more than 5,000 people were killed in crashes involving large trucks in the U.S. If you were injured in an 18-wheeler accident, contact Thomas J. Henry. To start your claim today, visit tjhlaw.com/radio. San Antonio, Texas.
Jason Minix here for Alamo Water Softeners. Go to alamowatersofteners.com. Schedule one of their whole home specialists to come out to your house for a free water analysis. And right now, Alamo Water Softeners is offering 0% financing for 2 years with approved credit. Take advantage of this same as cash offer on a water treatment bundle with special pricing to give your home the highest quality water treatment available. Discover the Alamo Water Softeners difference at alamowatersofteners.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Shop on eBay this holiday season to get more for your dough on stand mixers, or get more for your buck on this season's hottest tech and gaming gear. And on eBay, you can even get more Cyber Monday Rewind the Clock deals. Cyber Monday prices are back for one day only. Get more and save more on premium brands with eBay's can't miss Monday deals. Get more when you get it on eBay.
Research shows that people remember radio ads with lots of sound effects. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual Insurance Company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need, here are some zany sounds. Saving on home insurance is no laughing matter. Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need. The money you save could change your life. It's time for you to take your insurance choice seriously. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Nigel, why are you wearing a parka? Hello? Nigel?
Hi, Joel. I'm sorry I couldn't hear you. My earmuffs are a tad too tight.
What's with all this gear? Boots? Firewood? And are those snow chains?
I'm getting ready for winter. Would you like a cup of hot cocoa? These tiny marshmallows are adorable.
Nigel, in case you haven't noticed, it's not exactly freezing outside.
You can never be too prepared, my big bellowing boss man. Would you hand me those mittens?
Folks, when it comes to your home's heating system, this is the ideal time to have Quarter Moon thoroughly check your heater and make sure everything is ready to go before that cold weather comes. We'll check your refrigerant levels, check your thermostat, filters, and safety devices so that your unit is running safely and properly for you and your family.
Look, Joel, I brought us matching onesies.
Call 651-5899, and one of our Quarter Moon technicians will check your heating system from top to bottom and make sure your home is safe and ready for the season.
Joel, I'm in trouble. I've drunk 4 cups of hot cocoa, and the zipper's stuck on my parka. I didn't prepare for this.
License number M13229 TACLA 000743445E.
Since being the first to make wiper blades over a century ago, Trico has protected drivers in any weather. We're always looking ahead, studying your specific driving conditions so you'll be ready for anything. Like, if it actually rains cats and dogs, you can handle every soggy Siamese and drenched Doberman. Your Trico wipers maintain maximum windshield contact for safe, clear driving visibility, whatever the weather. Trico, the future of wipers since 1917. Visit TricoCatsAndDogs.com.
Are you wondering where your favorite college football team will be ranked at the end of the weekend? Then look no further than ESPN Radio. Tune in each week to programs such as Keyshawn, J. Will and Max, Greeny, and Bart and Hahn, who will deliver their reactions to the college football landscape in their own unique style. Rankings Reaction is brought to you by Wendy's. It's better breakfast o'clock at Wendy's. So get a bacon or sausage, egg and cheese biscuit for $1. Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's.
Dear Santa, we tried to be good, but there were too many other options. Happy holidays. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
It's R&R in the Morning, a sports talk radio show, it says here on my business card. He's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson, and it is a typical Wednesday around the radio ranch. Carl's having to use a whip and a chair to keep us moving along. So last night we had our next to last, the penultimate college football playoff rankings. Michigan shoots up, Alabama drops. Not as far as I thought.
Right, Michigan all the way to 2.
Boy, that seems knee-jerk to me. But I guess they've earned it.
The thing is, they're trying to show you how they had Ohio State in the 4, so you had to give them credit for that.
It's funny how they didn't give them credit earlier in the season,
right?
But now they do. You know, I guess the most interesting story coming out of this, because we're still not done. We still have
another week
conference championships. Right. We're not done with this, so we can argue over the number of berries on the head of a pin. We can argue that kind of stuff.
Well, they played them and we played them, and the score was this, and that's. It's a headache. I just wait for a conference. It's not conference. Yeah, conference championship week to be over.
Now we do know that Notre Dame sits at number 6.
They're number 6 behind Okie State,
which
Okie State number 5, baby.
11-1. They deserve to be where they are. But the real story behind the Notre Dame placement is it's possible, I would say highly unlikely, but if
a lot of carnage.
If there's a series of events that could occur, that Notre Dame could slide up to that number 4, according to the losses in front, conference championship games in the last poll. And if that was to occur, or if the likelihood of them moving up was to occur, the committee that makes these decisions does have in their criteria things that they can use to judge the teams above and beyond their record. And one of them is if you're coming into the playoff and you have a player that won't be available due to injury or whatever else, or a coach, they can use that as a determining factor as to whether you're invited or not. And now that they don't have their head coach, and if the carnage does occur, will the committee look at Notre Dame as they were with Brian Kelly?
No.
The same way without Brian Kelly.
Again, like you said, Rob, you hit on the head. A lot has to happen. Like I said, I think Oklahoma State would need to lose, and maybe a team or two in the top 4 would need to lose before Notre Dame could be. And it would stink for the kids. Like, imagine if you're a kid and you get the proper carnage in front of you, and you miss out on the playoff because your coach wanted to go eat shrimp on a stick. That would stink for the kids. Now, this is what I took from last night, Rob. If Oklahoma State and Notre Dame think the committee is going to kick Alabama out should they lose to Georgia, I got oceanfront property for you in Idaho.
I disagree wholly. I think they're looking for a reason.
I don't think they want to,
would
Rob.
be happy
No
to
way.
not invite Alabama.
No way. There is no way. Like, you're going to tell me I lose to Georgia in the conference championship game and you kick me out for Oklahoma State in the Big 12 schedule?
They have a better record. You don't like it? Change the system.
It does not matter. You taking Oklahoma State over Bama on the neutral field?
That's not the point of the conversation, though. The point of the conversation: who makes it into the top 4? Does Alabama strike me as the second best team in college football? Probably.
I don't know. Well,
second or third?
Yes,
second or third. I mean,
1-2 losses. They're still better than Oklahoma
and I
State.
think we could say that for a lot, but at the same time, we are operating under a structure, and the structure involves criteria, and one of them is wins and losses.
But this is a group of people that told us that even though Michigan State beat Michigan head up, we still have Michigan ahead of them.
And now they can point to it and say they're right.
And see, these group of people just did that.
But
so you think they're gonna kick Alabama out of the 4?
Now, as I have been told for all of my life, there's the justice system is called justice system, not fairness system.
Agreed.
So fair system would be Alabama does not go because you got 2 losses.
Right.
But we're not doing the fairness, we're doing the justice.
Fair is where they judge pigs.
How good are they? They are the second or third best team. But I do believe if the NCAA committee could find any reason not to invite them, they would. Because I think we're tired of Bama.
Okay, but this is the thing. This is a money grab. And I don't know if I want to watch Michigan versus Oklahoma State. I'll watch Michigan versus Alabama. I will make sure I'm there.
You're coming in counter to what I thought most people were. You're coming in like, I want to see Bama play.
I don't want to see Oklahoma State play Michigan. Sorry, Oklahoma State.
That's not enough for you.
Sorry, Oklahoma State.
Well, if the majority of the committee and the viewership, and I'm sure there's some sort of back channel poll, want that, then that's what'll happen.
But trust me, Rob, everybody's tired of Alabama. So you may be onto something. Well, the Alabama fatigue is real.
I do think
like if you're not a diehard Roll Tide, like it's like, you know what?
Another year.
Like again. Screw y'all. Like you got 2 losses, the bias. You know, we have to hear it all the time about the big bad SEC. But your losses to Iowa State, my losses to Georgia and A&M.
Truth.
Come on.
Truth.
Like what are we doing? But the Bama fatigue is real. Maybe you're right. I don't know. I guess we'll let it see play out. But it's like, really, I lose to Georgia. And if it's now, let's say if Georgia waxes them, then we got nothing here. Georgia wins in overtime.
Then I would agree.
Buckle up.
Yeah.
Buckle up, Okie State and Notre Dame.
Would it be good for college football if Alabama was if they were to lose in the conference title game? They go into the playoffs sitting at 11-2, and then they win the national championship. Is that good for college football, or is that bad?
I think it's good for the expansion. For people that want, people that want expansion, that would be good for it. Because then now we're looking at you getting Ohio State back in.
Because let me tell you what it would look like if we were sitting at the 12.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So I mean, we know what the top 4 are. Then you get Oak State.
Would the first 2 get buys?
Probably.
Okay, go ahead.
I would.
I would think so too.
You might even get the first 4 with buys, to be quite frank.
Okay,
you might have the 8 and play your way through. At 5, Oklahoma State. 6, Notre Dame. 7, Ohio State. 8, Ole Miss. 9 Baylor, 10 Oregon, 11 Michigan State, and 12. Yeah, there'd be some arguing, but as it sits right now, it's BYU.
Wow.
So you'd get the outlier, you'd get the Western, you'd get a group of 5 nearly, and with BYU, you'd get that with Cincinnati as well. Every conference is represented. Think what the 12 would look like if we were headed into what would be a realistic.
Be fun.
This would be fantastic because I do believe as we sit, there are 8 teams out there that could probably put together a 3-game run and win this thing.
Because if you do 2 buys, the way it stands, you got Bama, BYU, Cincy, Michigan State, Oklahoma State versus Oregon, Notre Dame versus Ole Miss. Yeah, that would be fun, man. That would be a lot of fun. But you know what, though, Rob? Now that I'm looking at it, with Big 12 having 2 teams in the top 10, Bama may need to win this game. Well, but I mean, of course, Oklahoma State would have to win the game against Baylor, right?
Yeah,
they got to win that game first,
and look good doing it too.
Right, and look good doing it. But if you put 2 Big 12, if the committee's telling us, hey, there's 2 Big 12 teams that we really like, Bama may need to beat Georgia. Now, if Bama does win the game, now everybody's screwed because Georgia's still in.
Yes, every's screwed.
Then everybody's
starting to sweat. Everybody's screwed.
Yeah, then because Bama and Georgia are both in. So if you're, if you're the dog underneath the table waiting on the crumbs to fall out, you're a big time Georgia fan. Oklahoma State, Notre Dame, Ohio State, you're rooting for Georgia.
Absolutely,
yeah.
Absolutely. You need to chalk this one.
And Ohio State's sitting in a good spot because you don't play. You don't play. You just get to watch.
Would you rather be playing this week or not?
See, I remember the year Bama didn't play in the SEC title game, and they ended up getting in. Right. So
I think Ohio State would like to be playing today.
Of course.
And I think Notre Dame, despite losing their coach, would like to be playing as well to prove to everybody, look, the coach.
Notre Dame's off this week, right?
Yeah, Notre Dame's done.
Yeah.
Notre Dame's done.
You don't have another opportunity to prove, like, hey, we could play without Brian Kelly.
We're going to have a host of conference championship games this week, starting with the Pac-12 on Friday. We'll have the Big 12 on Saturday morning. We will have the Big 10 on Sunday or Saturday afternoon as well. You're catching college football. You can catch it right here on San Antonio Sports Star. LeBron has a doctor's note. We might not see him for a bit. And Phoenix is exceptional. Are they headed toward the Western Conference Finals after a measuring stick game last night against the Golden State Warriors? NBA talk coming your direction right here on R&R in the Morning, because this is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Now is your chance to get a brand new Sea-Doo before the warm weather arrives, as Alamo Cycleplex is now an official Sea-Doo watercraft dealer. Go and see him for some vehicles, parts, and services, or you can shop online at alamocycleplex.com. Don't forget also, you got a couple more days. The giveaway is going to be on December 11th. No, excuse me, December 10th. Their biggest giveaway of the year at Alamo Cycleplex. Comment on a Facebook post. Go to their Facebook page and like them. And then I'll type in the word Grom on that post you see where they're giving away that cool little Grom, which Quinn Hudson won in the Rock the Mic a couple years back. Or you could text message the word Grom, that's GROM, to 812-324-8687. Text the word Grom, GROM, to 812-324-8687. And again, that winner will get your name in the hopper. What is it going to hurt you? You know what I mean? Like sometimes it's just like it just doesn't make sense to not enter stuff. There's nothing to do there. Just text. We're on our phones all day. Text the word Grom to 812-324-8687, and you enter a chance to win a cool little bike. You can enter online. Spread the word for extra entries, earn discounts and specials by engaging online. So go like them on Facebook, Alamo Cycleplex, or go online at alamocycleplex.com. Alamo Cycleplex, we sell fun.
Saturday afternoons mean one thing: college football.
Oh my God!
Hear games from all Power 5 conferences all season long, every Saturday from San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson, owner of the Thompson Law Firm right here in San Antonio. And for the past 27 years, I have represented people in our community who have been injured because of negligent drivers of cars, 18-wheelers, and company vehicles. I really want you to know that if you're involved in a collision, you need to contact an experienced attorney as soon as possible after the collision. All you may know about an insurance company is what you see on television. If you have ever been forced to make a claim after being injured in an auto collision, there are no jokes, no geckos, no cavemen, no professional athlete endorsers. Just you against a giant insurance company. that is represented by skilled adjusters and attorneys who have one job: pay as little as possible. If you've been injured in a collision, please contact an experienced attorney as soon as possible after the collision. I, of course, want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com. That's all one word, alawyerforus.com.
Hey, San Antonio Sports Star is taking the halftime on the road to Twin Peaks tomorrow. Join me and Michael Jimenez, and we'll be covering all the things you need to know for football, prepping for the Cowboys-Saints game. Win some San Antonio Sports Star swag and other cool prizes just by stopping by. That's tomorrow, noon to 2 at Twin Peaks North location at 410 in San Pedro. The Sports Star, ESPN SA will be on site noon to 2. Come grab some lunch. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, and those scenic views.
Did you know the arrow in Amazon's logo represents A to Z? Maybe the My Computer Career logo should represent unemployed to employed. Ryan was out of work when he started classes in March. In September, he started his IT career, working for Amazon, making more money than he ever thought possible. Here's a prime opportunity. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. You could start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
In college football, Goodyear knows a new season means new possibilities, where every Saturday is an opportunity on the road to greatness. No matter if you're out there playing your hardest or cheering the loudest from the sidelines, tailgating in the parking lot, or your favorite spot to watch the game, Goodyear knows passion is what drives us forward all the way to the playoffs. That's the road that moves us. Goodyear, more driven.
This is the place where time stands still. With each down is a battle of inches.
How about 83 yards from Prescott to Elliott?
This is San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
San Antonio's home for sports talk is right here. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
It's R&R in the morning. We got Sammy Hagar tickets to give away.
Who is he?
Oh, Rudy.
What?
You don't know Sammy Hagar?
No,
do you
I
know
don't
him
either.
from the Van Halen years, or do you know him from the prior years? You ever listen to Three Lock Box or I Can't Drive 65? Or
I know that song.
He does the Cabo Wabo Tequila. He's got he's a rock and roller from the 70s, 80s, and into the 90s.
I know I Can't Drive 65.
Yeah, that's Sammy Hagar.
Nice. So he's out here on tour doing his own thing.
Yeah, he's on what is known as the Medicare tour.
It's a check.
He's on the retirement run.
The Rolling Stones were out in Austin in November, and they just lost their drummer like in August.
Yeah,
that was kind of crazy.
But
Rolling Stones are on tour too.
Yeah, they postponed when they lost Wyman, right?
Yeah.
But I think they picked it back up. But yeah, Sammy Hagar's coming. We got tickets to that. I saw him a long time ago.
What's the concert that could make Rob, like today a concert pops up and Rob buys the tickets today, like no hesitation?
Well, I've never missed a U2 tour, so I would.
So you would do it again?
Absolutely.
So the concert tickets come available today, you buy them today.
Yeah, that would be.
So you're like that's my Jay-Z. I'm like that with Jay-Z. Like if Jay-Z coming to town, I'm going.
Though. I'm Gary Clark Jr. is coming to.
I love Gary Clark Jr.
He's going to be at the Tobin in February. That's the mission today. Is to.
Are they already on sale?
I think I saw it in the Current yesterday.
They're not giving you any to give away that you could just.
I was hoping. I was going to go check. You'll notice that one of the things that I do enjoy giving away is concert tickets. That's I've always been kind of live music oriented, but Jason Minix has really turned me on. I really have become more of a live music type because of Minix. He's dragged me to a lot of shows. So I love giving away concert shows. I
think that's the cool thing about this station
because I think guys like me, we don't keep track of that kind of stuff. And normally the tickets are for sale for some time in the next decade. Sometimes it's nice to have the tickets in your back pocket. Because you might not know, or you're thinking, well, I'll get the tickets the day of, and it's always sold out. So, yeah, we got Hagar tickets. We got some Trans-Siberian Orchestra tickets to give away. What else do I have? Eagles are on tour.
Wow.
And we have tickets to the Hotel California tour coming to the Moody Center May the 19th.
Hotel California, is that the Beach Boys?
No, that's the Eagles, my brother.
Oh. I thought Hotel California was sang by the Beach Boys.
No, that's the
Eagles?
That's the Eagles.
Welcome to Hotel.
That's the Eagles.
That's the Eagles?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
I don't know
greatest
why I thought
country
that was
band of
Beach
all
Boys.
time.
Did you say the Moody Center in Austin, or there's a Moody Center here in San Antonio?
The Moody Center. There's a Moody Center in San Antonio. Oh, that's the SAC building. No, it won't be coming to SAC.
Oh, okay. No, this is the Moody Center in Austin that's not even built yet.
Well, it will be on May the 19th of 2022, evidently.
Really? Wow. I didn't realize it was opening that soon, but they're working that night and day on that.
Dude, I drove by it up and back. Did you take a look at it?
I didn't see it. I didn't even pay attention. Oh, you know what? I took the toll. I took the toll.
Oh, that's right. Well, I took the toll going up.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. And it still took you 6 hours.
So, yeah, 6.5. But the toll wasn't the problem.
Yeah, it was Waco.
I believe I hit 110 on the toll.
Oh, yeah.
By
The toll, I opened it up.
By the time I got on the toll, I was angry driving. I was hangry driving after dealing with bumpers and red lights.
Yeah.
I'd step on the gas there. That's the only place I've ever been past doing 100.
Now, the thing I do watch every time I'm on the toll is the Tesla. The Tesla building is something to marvel at.
It only takes about you're doing 70, so it takes about 30 minutes to drive past. That's the biggest damn building I've ever seen.
I've never seen anything that beautiful and massive. It's crazy what the Tesla building looks like.
On the toll road?
Yeah.
Really? I know it's out there, but I haven't taken the toll road.
Go take the toll. I know you're a Tesla guy.
Gargantuan building.
It's insane.
It
is insane to look at. Like, it takes you a while to drive past.
Seriously. And I know that the USAA building here in town is.
Yes, that is massive,
but you can't see it. It's all hidden, so you don't really get the size. You just know there's this fortress over the hill over there off of I-10. But you get the full taste of the size of that Tesla thing because you drive by its exterior from one end to the other. It is massive.
It's insane.
Massive.
All windows too. But yeah. Well, I guess we'll talk about LeBron on the other side.
Yeah, we will. For those of you that were watching Yellowstone for 4 hours last night, there was some news that came out of the NBA. We'll touch on it in a bit. Phoenix stays hot. LeBron is in the COVID protocols despite being vaccinated.
Hope he gets well soon.
Yeah, stay safe, stay well. And I think we're heading into something with the COVIDs. We're headed towards something, I think, in the leagues.
Yeah, I wonder what the guys that didn't want to do it and they still get it. You didn't want to get vaccinated, you still get it. You're like, damn it! I should have just.
Well, again, positive does not mean sick. It just means positive.
Rob, we've been trying to keep y'all abreast on that.
Just because they know they got it, you might have had it and never knew.
And if you test every day, you're eventually going to test positive.
There is an old scientific axiom: you cannot fix if you cannot test. If you cannot test, you cannot fix.
Amen to that. I like that.
Coming back, we got some Dallas Cowboy interesting sound coming off of TMC. Back in October, Devontae KZ, the defensive back for the Dallas Cowboys, was pulled over for drunk driving. The recording from the officer's chest camera showed KZ talking about where he had been that night and naming names. We'll get you all your headlines. We're giving away TSO tickets and look at the NFL current standings as we head into a huge Thursday night game with your Dallas Cowboys and New Orleans Saints. Boy, we got a lot to talk about, and we're so glad you're with us. This is San Antonio Sports Star. You're on ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Carzeus.com. That's carzeus.com. You got a card you just haven't been using. It's just sitting there. It's just staring at you. Your HOAs, make sure you got to keep the sticker up on it because HOAs suck and they're nosy. I mean, I pay all this money, and then the lady 2 doors down gets to tell me how to live my life. But if that car is sitting in front of your house, let Carzeus take it off of your hands. Go to carzeus.com, upload some photos, let them know what the condition of the vehicle is. And guess what? They'll shoot you an offer by text message. They're not going to call you and bug you. They're going to text you. And, as I read to y'all every day about the reviews, it may be 2 or 3 people you hear from, but they're all working toward one goal, and that's getting you the best possible offer. So go to carzeus.com, do that. Take your vehicle in, let Jeff test drive it. He'll make sure it's running right. He'll make sure the windows roll up and down, make sure the AC comes on. And then after that, they'll say, okay, this is what we have. And then at that point, you say, cool. And if you say cool, walk out the door with the check in hand, head over to the dealership with the chest out. Or you can say, you know what, let me think about it. And they're going to say, no problem. Maybe text you in a couple of days just to follow up, but no type of harassment. And, once you go and get those 2-3 offers, you'll be back over there at Carzeus with Vita and the gang, getting your check and getting ready to walk out of there a happy person. So Go to carzeus.com. That's carzeus.com. Don't forget about the referral program. You refer a friend, a family member, whatever the case may be. Carzeus buys their car. They'll get you some Amazon money. Y'all split it and go get some Christmas gifts. So give it a shot. That's carzeus.com. That's carzeus.com.
It's time to get your hoops on. The NBA season is off to a fast start. North, south, east, west. Step back for three. Bang, got it. The courts are firing with board busting and rim wrecking in your face balling. Deep three straight away. Oh, we got another one. And we got it all covered. Everything a fan like you wants, and then some.
Hammers a right-hand dunk.
Get the latest on your game on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
According to NHTSA, a new car crash is reported every 56 seconds in Texas. Thomas J. Henry handles serious auto accident cases and gets serious results for injured clients. To learn more or start your claim today, visit tjhlaw.com/radio. San Antonio, Texas.
From city streets to back roads, from road warrior to carpooler, there are some things you can always count on, like the reliability, durability, and power of DieHard, America's most trusted auto battery. No matter where your journey takes you, count on DieHard to get you started on the road ahead. Available at your local Advance Auto Parts and participating CarQuest stores.
You love Zoom for video meetings? Now, choose Zoom to power your phone communications too. Zoom Phone works seamlessly within the Zoom app as your business phone system. Zoom Phone's secure HD audio and enterprise-grade reliability keep you connected to your teams and your customers. And it's easy to use on mobile, desktop, or desk phone. Empower your workforce with Zoom Phone. Zoom, how the world connects.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
This is important news. If you have unfiled tax returns, the IRS is shifting gears and ramping up investigations on non-filers this year. If you fail to file your tax returns for a year or more, or you owe back taxes, now's the time to call Optima Tax Relief before the IRS finds you. Optima is America's #1 most trusted tax resolution firm, specialized in helping individuals, families, and businesses get right with the IRS. They're experts in the Taxpayer Relief Initiative, a powerful new program that can make resolving tax issues easier. A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, Optima's award-winning team has helped thousands of people protect their paychecks, bank accounts, homes, and businesses by putting their tax problems to rest, resolving over $1 billion in tax debts for their clients. Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Call 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022. 800-709-7022.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
It's time. The field is ready. The players are pumped. The grills are fired up. Kirk Herbstreit and Marty Smith here. It's tailgate season, and for the first time ever, Eckridge is crowning a national tailgate champion.
That's right, Kirk. So you think your tailgate is the best in the country? Prove it by showing us how you do it your way.
Do you hire a marching band just for your backyard?
Do you load up your smoked sausage with more smoked sausage?
However you do it, we want to see it. Eckridge, you do you.
No purchase necessary. Ends 12/13/21. To enter and for official rules, visit eckridge.com/tailgate.
With Early Paycheck, you can get your direct deposit up to 2 days earlier. That's another reason banking with Capital One is the easiest decision ever. Even easier than deciding to open the biggest birthday gift first.
Happy birthday to you.
Which one are you going to open first?
The pony.
Yep, even easier than that. Plus, with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is banking with Capital One even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. No fees or minimums on new consumer accounts. Capital One and A member FDIC.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get in on the action. Well, no more, because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide, with plans starting at just $35 a month with no contract. And get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for only $299, all on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money. Straight Talk Wireless, no contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary.
Bundling home and car insurance with Geico is so easy, your neighbors are probably already doing it. But who? They may drop little hints like,
Beautiful day out. Even more beautiful since we saved by bundling our home and car insurance with Geico.
or
Yard work is hard, much harder than bundling with Geico, which was easy.
it may be even subtler, like,
Speaking of burgers, we bundled our home and car insurance with Geico and saved a bunch of money.
bundling is easy with Geico. Just ask your neighbors.
One team, one mission. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ease into December.
Did you have an appointment? Can I get your name?
Can I get your name? He's Rudy.
Dr. Schoenig will be right with you.
Here to help. Dr. Schoenig, washing his hands, staying as cleanly as possible in his own glass box. I'm Rob Thompson.
Turn your head and cough.
Has it always hung that way?
Dude, my uncles were on my ass this weekend about, hey, they're like, dude,
It's time
for you to get to the doctor.
It's
time.
It
It's
is.
time for the prostate.
It is. It
the
is.
colon.
All of that.
They're like, you're what? They're like, well, you about to be 45? Oh, boy. What you waiting on?
Good. I'm glad you got family talking that way.
Yeah.
That's what.
Yeah, that's what it's all about.
Good,
right?
good. Yeah. If you're of the age and you know who you are, go have all the entrances examined.
You, Mr. IFH, have you rescheduled?
I have not. I'm glad you brought that up, Rudy. Thanks.
If we're going to throw each other under the bus, let's just throw each other under the bus.
Yes, I missed my Dr. Torres appointment.
And Karl.
Who schedules an appointment with their weight loss physician the day before Thanksgiving? Me. That was a bad idea.
Karl, what that scale say to you the other day? We don't have to say numbers, but what did it tell you?
It seemed a bit heavy.
I will say that
I actually got. I went to San Marcos last night to get running shoes. Michael Jimenez has inspired me. I'm gonna get on the Michael Jimenez workout plan.
Did you take your shoes off or your pants off? Like, no, I don't wear that.
Let me tell you, that little area down on Ashby has a little bit more gravity. Because I don't have the same gravity on my body on my home scale as I seem to have whenever I go see Doc.
I think the doctor, I think they move it a bit. They want you to think you're overweight.
Because every time I step on it, I'm like, I swear to God, Doc.
I've been eating my oats in the morning.
I promise you. And Doc just looks in your eyes and goes, no, you haven't.
No, you haven't.
You lying.
I know I'm fasting.
Drop and give me 20.
I know I'm fasting, but I had 2 gallons of water. That's water weight, right?
That's water weight. Water weight is real.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
We'll go with that.
I've been carrying a lot of water weight lately. There's a lot of water in that pumpkin pie I had. What are we talking about here?
What are we talking about? What is it? 8 o'clock?
Far off. I got to run down.
Is it already 8?
It's already 8, man. We're having a good Wednesday.
Okay.
Let's get into some NFL and Dallas Cowboy talk.
Okay.
Coach McCarthy is
let's talk about that.
In the midst of his protocol. For those unaware, obviously you probably are, tested positive. He was on his conference call yesterday, says he feels fine. He's dealing with a bit of a head cold, and we heard that here on with our interview on Monday morning. He had a couple coughs and sneezes that when it was announced, we were going back and listening to the tape like the Zapruder film to see if there were any clues in his conversation with us. And there were a couple of coughs, and he did say that he's dealing with a head cold. But the news that came out of yesterday was Amari Cooper's health. He is still dealing with COVID. He's got a bit of a cough, according to McCarthy, and
so he got some like remnants, like he still
seems that way, that he is well enough to practice, though is still dealing with a little bit of the respiratory issue that is common with COVID. So
he was not vaxxed, though.
It was not. And McCarthy was, and he says he feels fine, just tested positive and has a bit of a head cold. Now, he's going to have to test negative twice, but that's where we sit. Now, this has nothing to do with the Dallas Cowboys. But it is so very Dallas Cowboy of what occurred that we felt like this was funny.
Yeah.
And it's kind of old news.
It is, but the video's out. So
Karl found on TMZ, and TMZ is always a wealth of good star information.
Gotta love it.
The video from the police officer that pulled over DeMonte KZ, the defensive back for the Dallas Cowboys back in October for drunk driving. So there is a certain code amongst friends and players, I believe.
What's this code?
And Whatever happened while you were there, you don't remember. And it doesn't, or you weren't there. For any occasion, you never talk about another player or pro as a bro to a police officer or girlfriend or a wife.
Agreed.
It just never comes up. There's
Agree
no
with
reason
that.
for it ever to be discussed.
I agree with
so
that.
why would you bring it up ever? That's what my belief the code should be. You protect, and even if you're not protecting, why talk about it? It has nothing to do with it.
Agreed.
So Kazee is being interviewed by a cop, and in between the bleeps, see if he followed the bro code.
You were like squirreling all over the place, dude.
I'm not used to these streets right now.
What do you mean?
Because I'm from Atlanta, man. I ain't used to all these roads, the side roads, and get on the freeway
Dude,
and
you're
stuff.
in trouble.
Okay, where were you coming from, dude?
Man, I'm just with Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott, man.
Pause it. Time out. Why does the cop keep calling him dude?
He's trying to get
him
trying
to be cool.
Yeah.
What did he say?
Good rule
Play
of
it again.
thumb.
Who did he say he was with? What did he say? He said he
You
was
were
with
like-
Dak.
Okay, where were you coming from, dude?
Man, I'm just with Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott, man.
No, time out, Rob. That's not against bro code.
That is against the bro
No,
code, man.
he's trying to not get arrested.
Dude.
You shoot your shot from half court. You pull up from Steph Curry range.
No, I am not your shot. No.
But then I didn't snitch on you.
You did too.
We just said we were kicking it. I didn't say, hey, Zeke is drunk as me.
You were well,
now,
by guilt by association.
Now,
there.
God bless the dead. Kobe told the cops, man, I should just do what Shaq does and pay these girls. That's foul.
Yeah, that's foul.
the worst thing ever.
That's
this
foul.
dude was just like, I'm praying this cop is a Cowboy fan. And if I tell him I'm hanging out with them, he'll ask me who I am, and I'll tell him I play, and he'll say, all right, I'm going to let you off this time.
No.
We
We
didn't
don't know
snitch
what
on
that
them, Rob.
occasion was. They could have all been at a club they should
It
not
was
have been.
rookie night.
Well, you don't know that then.
Well, not at the point. At
We
that
don't-
point.
You do not bring my name up. You do not say you were with me.
Dude, when did you become the Godfather?
I'm just saying why is my name in your mouth when you're talking to the cops? Never bring my name
Bro,
up
we
in
ain't-
a conversation to the police.
They're not
ever.
moving kilos, Rob.
I-
They're not selling dope.
It's a cop. Why would you need to talk to a cop about me?
I'm with Rudy on this one. If I'm saying, oh, I know Rob Thompson, he's going to be like, good for you. But if I say I know Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott, and I'm also a Cowboy,
How
that's my
far
half-court
away?
shot.
How far away are Dak and Zeke? Are they close?
He actually asked him. He said, "Where are we all hanging out?" And he was like, "Dallas." And he's like, "You're nowhere near Dallas, man." And that's the problem with Dallas is that Dallas is really, not.
He said,
Dallas.
man, I'm from Atlanta,
Yeah,
man.
I
I
don't
ain't
know,
used to all these roads.
We don't got roads.
Oh, so Atlanta now is all country roads, bro?
We got side roads.
But the cop hit him with two dudes.
He's trying to get him talking, and I
Oh,
promise
okay.
you, when he said Dak and Zeke, the cop's little hair on the back of his neck said, "Well, where are they? Is there
Okay.
someplace I should go sit and wait for them
Okay.
to pull out too? Because you want to talk about the next fraternal order police meeting? I might get a little
There might be
handout
something
for
to that.
pulling Zeke over."
Well, he failed, but I know what he was trying to do. He was trying to get the cop to say, well, who are you?
I am not
I play
your
for the
leverage.
Yes,
You need my
he
help.
needed leverage.
You call me, and I will call my high dollar attorney because I know my place, and we will go to work that way. Keep my name out your mouth when you're talking to the cops. In every instance, man.
Rob, I know what he was trying to
Why would
do.
you ever feel the need to bring? Rob and I was just drinking.
But you know what? He acted like it was only them two. Like he didn't name anybody else.
I was with.
He was like, I was with Zeke.
Yeah,
and he said their full names.
He didn't throw out Tristan Hill.
He didn't say Zeke and Dak. He was like Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott. Like, that's not the dude you want to go to first 48 with. He telling on everybody.
Do not bring me up.
Look, 3 episodes into Yellowstone and Rob looking for snitches to take down.
I'm gonna take
Exactly,
him-
Pledge.
I'm going to take Kazee to the train station.
That's not entrapment,
You
Chris.
don't wanna
That's
go
a
to-
cop doing his job. The dude was hammered.
He
Did
was
you
drunk.
hear? I don't care if it's entrapment or not. He needed to be off the roads.
The moment he said, "I'm from Atlanta, we ain't used to these
Yeah.
roads," dude, you're done.
But if you've ever driven in Dallas, you can take one wrong turn in your trip is an extra 20, 30 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
That's what he was saying. He was like, I really don't know where I'm coming from. I'm following my navigation. But he was also, the cop was just like, I'm noticing that your speech is a little off. Have you taken any medication? How much you had to drink? And you know,
I would have said, yeah, I play professional football. They make me take all kinds of pills.
I have CTE.
There you go.
See?
So
Rob, damn, dude, you're like the cartel, like no loose ends. Like, don't mention my name when you're talking to
would be the purpose?
Yeah, Gerald Glenn, Rob Soprano.
What would be the purpose of you bringing my name up?
To get an escort home and not go to jail.
You're caught.
Yeah, he was.
You're caught.
He was.
You're not going to get out. It ain't going to help anybody. But you know what? I have some really close friends that I was near, and they were drinking too.
So if you're DeMonte KZ, I wouldn't know him if I bumped into him.
That's true.
You know, and then on top of that, maybe he's going to say something along the lines of, "Okay, Dak and Zeke, if they can get over here to pick you up, you're good." But otherwise, you're probably thinking this guy's making something up.
I'm Dak Prescott, and I'm sitting at the rookie party. My phone goes off. It's DeMonte KZ. Say, bruh, cops put me over and they'll let me go if you'll come get me. I'd be like, who is this?
Yeah.
What? No.
Or
no.
How about at your rookie party, you make sure everybody's okay to drive Dallas Cowboys?
There is that, which is really when it falls back on it. Why was he even driving? There should have been some
what
sort
kind of parties is
but
like,
they are grown ass men.
Everybody,
no, you're
okay?
grown ass men.
No, you are.
I'm
you
sorry.
Are.
You're
I
a grown
agree with
ass
that.
man. I'm not gonna. Not my
and
job.
knock on wood. Knock on wood. But he tried it.
I was just out driving on roads with
and leave
Ezekiel
it to TMZ,
Elliott.
dude. TMZ got this, man. Like, we were forgotten about this.
And
TMZ is like, oh no, we got you. We paid $150,000.
They
gave it to us. I love TMZ.
Rain Dakota Smith.
Yeah.
No, not Smith. What's his name?
Stephen Jones was
Dakota
there.
Prescott.
We were drinking Johnny Walker neat.
He likes blue.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be laughing about this if it happened yesterday, though. This is
Right.
This was when things were going well and it looked like they had the NFC East well in hand.
I know that if the video is just hitting the streets and I'm Dak Prescott and Zeke Elliott,
we got to talk in practice.
DeMonte and I are going to have a little conversation. What the hell are you doing, man?
I'll guarantee you that's on replay in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
That's on every TV screen they have when he gets there. When he gets to practice today, that's going to be on every screen.
It would be in my locker room. We don't have roads in Atlanta.
He said we don't have. I ain't used to all these roads.
Roads on the side of the highway, which I actually, the one time I've driven through Atlanta, I never drove in the city. They are very all like high-rise highways. It's a crazy place.
I've never been to Atlanta.
Atlanta's got terrible traffic. Terrible.
I've heard it's like LA.
Terrible. Yeah, it's as bad as Houston, LA. It's bad.
Yeah,
Atlanta's got terrible traffic. With that in mind, let's break away from that. When we come back, we'll talk some NFL, the true NFL, look at the standings, give away some Trans-Siberian Orchestra tickets. But before we do any of that, let's get to the business at hand, and that's to keep you informed. It's time for the 411 and the 210.
Here's the 411 in the 210. Headline 2.
The Cowboys get hit with COVID, and the NFL is a little bit more lenient on Tristan Hill as his suspension is reduced to 1 game for an appeal, and he is going to just miss the New Orleans Saints game instead of the 2 games that he received after throwing a punch at guard John Simpson after the Cowboys' overtime loss on Thanksgiving Day.
So what did he tell the committee to get the game off? Like, he said something about my mama?
Probably.
Like, he threatened me? Like, what did he tell them that them said, okay, that cheap shot only deserves 1 game? I don't understand.
Well, yes. And why is every appeal met with having the suspension?
Yeah.
I mean, they were ready
what's the
to
purpose
cut
of the original one?
Lael Collins' suspension in half with trying to pay off the drug dude, and it just was so bad. They were like, dude, okay, so we're not going to have it. This one, so all you have to do is ask for an appeal and it's suddenly halved? Is that the process?
I'm confused.
I'm pretty sure that, what's this kid's name? Simpson from the Raiders? Probably deserved it.
I don't know his name.
There might have been that.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, said something about my mama.
I don't know what happened. Like,
But
they're
dude,
like, oh, that's why you slapped him?
Speaking of bro
1
code,
game.
that was anti-bro code.
Yeah, it was kind of
suck a
dirty.
punch like
that was dirty.
You don't do that. Moving along, Tristan.
Headline 1.
Brian Kelly's 10-year deal with LSU football includes a $1.2 million loan for residents and eye-popping bonuses, as LSU's new football coach Brian Kelly is set to receive just over $100 million in basic compensation over 10 years, according to a term sheet USA Today Sports received from the school Tuesday night. The deal, which is subject to a satisfactory background and approval by LSU Board of Supervisors, makes Kelly the first coach at a public school with a 9-figure contract. The deal has provisions that will allow him to increase those payments. It also offers the possibility of a $1.325 million annual bonus, including $500,000 every time LSU is bowl eligible. It is likely the largest bonus payment for becoming an eligible bowl team that does not involve a contract extension.
Rob, let me ask. I got a couple questions for you.
Yeah.
Number one, does this make him the highest paid state employee?
Oh, by far.
Okay.
Far. Probably the highest paid
Officially.
state employee in the entire country, by far. Yeah.
Okay. And number two, how many square feet does 1.2 million get you in Baton Rouge? What you think? You think it's about like us?
Yeah, probably paying about 120, maybe a little bit less than that a square foot. So yeah, you could buy one side of the river.
About 10,000 square
You
feet.
could probably buy.
He said one side of the river.
Depending on what side of the river you want, you get that whole side.
1.2 million go a long way in Baton Rouge.
Man, oh man, oh man. And all that is a tax dodge. He takes the loan and takes the depreciation or whatever the term is, and then they forgive the loan and he can sell the house. And
y'all gave Jimbo a ranch, didn't you?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's part of the allure. This is not uncommon.
This is normal.
It really, I think the coach's pay really reflects what any Forbes, I'm going to say top 50 CEO gets. Same kind of salary structure. They just don't have the stock options, but they can have low interest forgivable loans.
And so is his salary, is it paid by the guy that owns the tech company that's a billionaire from LSU? Do they put like certain donor money to the side for coaches?
Yes.
Is that how this works?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they don't wait on like the hot dog and concession money to come in. They have the coaches' money put aside by.
Well, some of it's coming out of the hot dog money.
Okay.
I mean, there is some budgeted, but that kind of 10 million.
Yeah.
That's a lot of hot dogs. That's coming from that's coming from something that's coming out of the ground or making the hot dogs.
So Louisiana State's endowment as a school is $546 million. So it usually
What do you
comes
mean their
from
endowment as a school? What are you saying?
what they bring in annually in donations.
No way.
Yeah.
What did you say?
546.
No way.
That's a little low.
You want to guess what Texas is?
Yeah, Texas A&M is bigger than that.
500 a year?
546 million a year.
Yeah.
The school.
I don't believe that.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean? What am I talking about? Am I?
You think that's low or
Rudy,
high?
Texas is 30 billion. The University of Texas is 30 billion.
They don't get that a year, but there is that endowment. That's the money in the bank.
Oh, okay. That's what I meant. I thought that they were making 500 million a year in donations. I didn't believe. I was like, no way. I don't believe that.
No, but they're not getting that a year.
Okay.
But that's the money that's in the bank.
It's sort of related to donation in terms of like, I don't know how it works, but yeah,
That's just set aside.
There are $100 million checks sent monthly to these universities.
Oh, not
like
quite
Harvard.
that big, but there are large.
Oh, I have a friend that works in the state system. He's told me he's seen things he wished he had seen before he knew what they were.
But the larger endowments, the $100 million, those do occur, but that's record-setting kind of stuff. But yes, they're bringing in monthly checks. There's trust. Yeah, there lots of ways that universities bring in money, and a lot of it. There's people dying every day leaving money to universities.
Gotcha.
Every day.
I'll put it this way. I was at an A&M UCLA game, and my buddy, this is old Kyle Field, my buddy who helped build Kyle Field, the new one, because he was with that construction company. I asked him when they were honoring some donors, and I noticed a trend. I said, how much oil money does the school have? And he said, a lot. Well, he left it at that.
Well, state funding is predicated on oil revenue to the University of Texas A&M. So yes, A&M's current endowment is $13.5 billion. It's an operating account. It's an operating account.
And we got to go to court for kids to use their daddy's last name.
We got to go to court so that guys can actually get a couple of bucks from the local car dealer, and they're operating with a 13 point. Never ever listen to anything in athletics when you plead poverty below.
Oh my God,
Division I.
So This 100 that they're giving Kelly, that's a drop in the bucket.
Yes.
Moving on. And I got to fight for y'all to use my daddy's last name? This is insane. 13.5, just chilling in the cut. Wow. Good for you, Aggies. Huh?
Okay. The headline 0, college football playoff expansion, where things stand as talks resume. So the College Football Playoff Management Committee, composed of 10 FBS commissioners and Notre Dame Athletic Director Jack Swarbrick, is meeting in person on Wednesday at DFW Grand Hyatt for another critical discussion about expanding the playoff. For the playoff to expand, there has to be unanimous agreement among the commissioners before presenting it to the 11 university presidents and chancellors who comprise of the College Football Playoff Board of Managers and have the ultimate authority to change the format. While many concerns have been addressed in previous meetings, there are still obstacles. One big sticking point is automatic qualifiers. There's support for a model that awards the Power 5 conference champions and one group of 5 champion automatic spots, 5+1. And there's also staunch opposition to it from the least of one group of 5 commissioner.
Well, okay. I don't think every group of 5, not power, every group of 5 teams should get an automatic entry. Champion. I don't think that should be the case. If we're going to expand, let's expand to a level where everybody we believe should be there. And if 12 isn't enough, let's go bigger. But if we do this to the detriment of, say, a Baylor, who has played themselves into a top 12 position, but if we start bringing in Power 5 champs or group of 5 champs, suddenly Baylor isn't available. I thought the idea of expanding was to truly find the national champion like we do in basketball. There's no question as to who the national champ is. We got 65 teams showing up to the party, or 68 teams showing up to the party.
Yeah.
So if that's the intent, if 12 isn't big enough and we have to include the Power 5 champions and the group of 5, I'm down with it. But let's make sure the Baylors of the world, the Notre Dames as we sit of the world that could fall out because of the power or the group of 5 guarantees. No, let's not do that. Let's do it right the first time.
Yeah. Yeah, with the group of 5, like when you're talking about Conference USA, AAUs, WACs, whatever. Yeah, I don't think we can go with all conferences are created equal,
because they're not.
I don't think we can do that now. But this gives them an opportunity for the UTSAs, for the Cincinnati BYUs, to be in. But just like, okay, well, you won at the AAU, you're in. I don't know about that.
I would like it to be the top 3 group of 5 champions, because something like this would keep UTSA out if they finish 12-1. You know what I mean?
You're right.
That's
what I'm saying. So if that's the case, expand it even larger.
Because UAB last year had 3 losses. There's no reason they should have been in the playoffs. But UTSA at 12-1, they deserve a crack at it, even if they're going to lose eventually to Georgia.
So maybe 12 isn't big enough. If we're truly trying to be inclusive and reward conference championships, but at the same time allow for the Baylors, and I'm only bringing Baylor up because they're a latecomer to this party. We haven't talked about Baylor for most of the season, but suddenly they're here. They're playing in the conference championship and are better today than they were a while back. Why should they not be available when we know full well that they could easily compete with a BYU or a UTSA? If we're truly looking for a title, then get it to the level where everybody's comfortable with everybody there belongs there.
Yeah.
And nobody that shouldn't be, or somebody that should be, had an avenue, whether it be by the beauty contest of a undefeated or a 1-loss season or a conference title.
But I do feel like if we're going to really do this expansion thing, then don't we have to cut the season to 10 games?
I think there's an argument to get rid of the late season A&M Prairie
or
View.
The 2 Sanford and Wolford.
Yeah.
Get rid of Sanford and Wolford. But then, damn, Sanford and Wolford need those $2 million.
Yeah, don't take that money away from
those
kids.
Need their $2 million. I don't know what to do, Rob. I guess they don't pay me to be on that committee, though. So
I think we've come to a situation where it's survival of the fittest. It's where we are. And if Sanford and Wofford can't afford it, maybe you should be in the football game. I mean, if you're having to go and sacrifice your kids 1 week of the year to bring in Prairie View into College Station to take a 62-0 whooping just to maintain your program, maybe you
should be playing.
Maybe, yeah, you're placing too much emphasis on the wrong syllable. You know what I mean? You're putting your money in the wrong place if that's the case.
Syllable. Let me take a drink to that.
I said syllable. Emphasis on the wrong syllable.
I don't know.
Maybe your priorities are so out of whack that you're sacrificing your kids once a year just so you can buy new pads. Maybe you shouldn't be doing this.
So I have long been a proponent of, instead of becoming a subdivision, as James Pledger's pointing out on YouTube, similar to the FCS, these FBS Group of 5 teams should be the first Division I schools to break away their football program from the school, but still be affiliated with the school and become the first kind of alternative to get paid league that runs independently. And that might be interesting to see.
In the perfect world, that would be the case, but we don't live in that world.
No,
that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So we have to look at things.
Not yet.
Well,
it could happen.
I worked at Texas State, and it was a very ominous email that Larry Tice just said, I thought y'all might find this interesting right in the middle of lockdown. And it's like, oh, hey, athletic programs might not be affiliated with their school at all, meaning there would be no scholarships for non-revenue sports.
I can't imagine college presidents giving up the revenue stream that it is if it's profitable, even if it's break even. I can't imagine the separation making them a separate entity, because the money that's coming in at the very least should be able to pay for it. But if you're talking about Power 5 school, it's paying for far more than the football program. Gotcha. It's paying for research. I mean, it's doing a lot of things. The money goes into that endowment.
Yeah. That's the 411 and a 210.
Moving right along, coming back, let's look at the NFL. The standings as we sit. Big game tomorrow night. Cowboys taking on the Saints right here on San Antonio Sports Star. Who goes into the playoffs, and maybe a little mock draft talk as it's time to start looking forward, because we got some teams that are now in the running for the number 1 draft pick. NFL talk coming your direction right here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Got a buddy always at his house, and he's got that nice, Accord or nice old school car he never uses, and you ask, hey man, nice car, what are you doing with it? I don't know. You want to buy it? No, I don't want to buy it. Send them to CarZeus and make y'all both some money. Go to CarZeus.com/referral. If they buy the car from your buddy who's always trying to sell that car to you because he doesn't use it, they'll both get $250 in Amazon money. So, and who can't use that? So CarZeus.com referral program is still running. I'm not sure how long it's going to run, so you may want to hurry up and get in on that. Go to CarZeus.com, upload the photos of your vehicle, let them know about the condition, and set your appointment. I can't stress to you enough how important it is to set your appointment, because once you set that appointment, you go in at 11, you're going to be in and out of there by 12 o'clock and possibly with a check. Actually had a buddy who, another guy, I won't mention his name, but, he went by CarZeus, was doing to try to sell his truck, and they let him know that, someone had tampered with the odometer. So not only can they get your check, but they can let you know, like, hey, you know what, this is going on with your vehicle. So never know. Go check them out, CarZeus.com. That's CarZeus.com. And if you want to get your friend off your back and get him to stop trying to sell you the car, go to CarZeus.com/referral. He gets a check. You get Amazon money. He gets Amazon money. Everybody leaves happy, and CarZeus has another car in the stable. So go and check them out. Let them know R&R in the Morning sent you.
Sports Center is brought to you by Southern Recipe Small Batch Pork Rinds. Available at H-E-B.
The transfer portal season is underway, and the Texas Longhorns lost 2018 top 20 recruit Alvonte Woodard to the transfer portal. Texas expects to lose at least 8 players to the transfer portal this offseason. In NCAA men's basketball, the 15th-ranked University of Houston Cougars rolled Southland opponent Northwestern 99-58 last night. And tonight in San Antonio, the University of the Incarnate Word is set to host Our Lady of the Lake with a 6:30 tip-off. And 2 Texas NBA teams are in action tonight. Dallas is in New Orleans to play the Pelicans, and the Rockets are in Oklahoma City for a matchup against the Thunder. Both games tip off at 7 o'clock. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Karl Schoening.
'Tis the season for savings at Mother's Window Tint, your car stereo and auto security headquarters. Save on 3M Window Tint, 100% legal to get your car dark, dark, dark. This is Texas, baby. 'Tis the season for dark window tint. We do tint front windshields. Yes, 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 we do. And it's perfectly legal, too. At Mother's Window Tint, 'tis the season to make your car go thump, thump, thump. Mother thump. Save on car stereos, amplifiers, and speakers. Save on car alarms. Save on remote starters. Stores in Austin and San Antonio. And on the web at motherswindowtint.com. Are you a people person and like cars? Maybe you can join our team. Contact us by Facebook or on our website, motherswindowtint.com. 'Tis the season to remember. Do it at Mothers and save.
Hi, I'm Emmitt Smith, Pro Football Hall of Famer and 3-time champion.
Pro Football's all-time leading rusher Emmitt Smith talks about joint pain.
Trust me, I know about joint pain. Sure, I made it look easy, but if my body could speak, it would say, I'm in pain.
Are you living with chronic joint pain? Knees, hips, lower back, shoulders? Don't just assume the old treatments are the only treatments.
I've gone under the knife to get rid of pain, but now there are options, and you need to check them out.
Emmitt's talking about QC Kinetics, exciting new natural biologic therapies that can repair and restore damaged tissue in your joints. New options now available here.
You can encourage your body to actually heal itself with the help of QC Kinetics.
Real relief with no surgery, no drugs, no downtime. Call the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics for regenerative restorative treatments with lasting relief.
But now, you and I, we have help. QC Kinetics.
Start now with a free consultation at QC Kinetics. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318. Call today, 571-0318.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson, owner of the Thompson Law Firm right here in San Antonio. And for the past 27 years, I have represented people in our community who have been injured because of negligent drivers of cars, 18-wheelers, and company vehicles. I really want you to know that if you're involved in a collision, you need to contact an experienced attorney as soon as possible after the collision. All you may know about an insurance company is what you see on television. If you have ever been forced to make a claim after being injured in an auto collision, there are no jokes, no geckos, no cavemen, no professional athlete endorsers. Just you against a giant insurance company that is represented by skilled adjusters and attorneys who have one job: pay as little as possible. If you've been injured in a collision, please contact an experienced attorney as soon as possible after the collision. I, of course, want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com. That's all one word, alawyerforus.com.
Did you know the arrow in Amazon's logo represents A to Z? Maybe the My Computer Career logo should represent unemployed to employed. Ryan was out of work when he started classes in March. In September, he started his IT career, working for Amazon, making more money than he ever thought possible. Here's a prime opportunity. Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation today. You could start your new life as an IT pro in as little as 4 months. It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu.
The SiriusXM Listen Free event is on now through December 6th. Enjoy over 100 channels free on the radio in your car, including ESPNU Radio, Fantasy Sports Radio, Mad Dog Radio, ad-free music of every kind, plus incredible entertainment. Hear even more free on the SiriusXM app, including channels dedicated to the ACC, Big 10, Big 12, Pac-12, and SEC. We've already turned it on in your car, so press the button and enjoy.
This is R&R in the Morning on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Hey, I've got TSO tickets to give away here in about 15 minutes. That's Trans-Siberian Orchestra to the uninitiated. They're coming to the AT&T Center a week from Friday. That's December the 10th. And if you want a pair of tickets, hold on tight. We'll be giving them away post-haste. So we got about 6 weeks left in the NFL season.
Yeah.
Still feels like a long way away.
Yeah. And there is a bye, but Aaron has a bye this week.
So we're still dealing with bye weeks. I thought we were just about done with that.
Yeah, because he was talking about he's not going to do toe surgery. He's going to wait it out.
Just for the love of God, broken. If I go the rest of my life without having to look at your feet.
Dude, I can't believe he pulled his feet out during the press conference. Like, bro, we don't want to see your feet, dog. We believe you, Aaron. Yes, Aaron's like, look right here. Look,
it really hurts.
Look, it's broken.
And it's all inflamed and it hurts when I walk and I'm great anyway.
Where do we rank him amongst the greats that are just annoying? Like, because there's greats that are annoying. Where is Aaron's quickly climbing to the top?
He's getting real close.
I have a theory he's been getting into microdosing and he's getting a little more extravagant.
What, is that the shrooms?
Yes.
Oh.
It's like a little bit of shroom every day.
I think NFL tests for shrooms.
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. They're pretty liberal on those things these days.
Microdosing.
So Aaron's tripping on shrooms. Showing up.
Dude, when you're pulling your feet
explanation.
out on Zoom calls, you're losing it, man.
That does kind of lend itself to
It's
the
weird.
impulse control that you wouldn't think would be a good thing to have or a bad thing to deal with as a quarterback, but it did work itself out. He's still the lead.
Maybe the local media's up there giving him crap about the injury. I don't know, but that was weird seeing his feet.
The Patriots sit atop the AFC East at 8-4. The Bills at 7-4.
You told everybody to pump the brakes on the Pats.
I'm not
Rob.
saying pump the brakes. I'm just saying let them. I don't know yet, man. And I will be the first to admit I have a deep-seated dislike of the Patriots and Belichick.
Dude,
for the last 20 years, I've always judged them harshly, and I don't know why. But
that's not fair.
You're right. You're right. And at least
first
the
of all,
first
you
step
can do
to
what you
solving
want.
your problem is to admitting you have one. And I consistently undersell them. And I
thought you saw them like the Spurs. I thought that's how you viewed them. I thought that's how we all viewed the Patriots.
I viewed Tom Brady that way. I didn't view it with the Patriots, if that
You
makes
didn't bill,
some sense.
you don't bill and pop, no correlation.
No, there is.
Okay.
I also, and listen to me,
I'm
also
listening.
held it against Kobe for whatever reason.
You should have. I mean, that was one of our biggest rivals. I get it.
And maybe it's not so much. I never viewed the Patriots as a rival to the Cowboys, but
not, Gerald.
I did view, and I still do, the Patriots as a rival to the Cowboys and their
legacy,
and perception around the country and the world.
And
If that
because
makes any sense.
Tom always has something smart to say, like, how are they America's team?
Yeah, and there's part of that, and it's just I hate guys that have everything that were born with literally everything, and Brady was. He was just there was something about
Yeah,
him
like
that-
it's not fair. Like
Yeah, he's-
everything that Tom has, like, really, and you're good looking,
and you're good looking, and you got a
Like, come
supermodel
on,
wife,
dog.
and you got a
Yeah.
sponsorship from the most awesome
He's
car
the only
that you
guy
get
that
free,
I've
and-
never seen anybody with a Maserati sponsorship.
yeah, and all of that. So
Was it- no, it was
Tom,
Aston Martin.
Whatever.
It was
Yeah.
Aston.
So Aston Martin and your Rolex sponsorship and your supermodel
Uggs.
wife and then
Do you
can
have
get
any
away.
Uggs?
No, I don't have any
Okay.
Uggs.
Sticking in us, Karl.
No.
You talking about those furry boots?
Yeah, remember he had an Ugg
Yes.
deal.
Now there's men Uggs, right?
To me, they're just Uggs. They're just unisex.
We're talking
They're
about
unisex.
we're talking about those suede furry boots.
Yes, the ones that as soon as it gets to 71 degrees, females run to
a
them.
grown man shouldn't wear those. It looks a little effeminate. I'm gonna throw.
I
that
got
out
you.
there.
I'm with you.
I'm just
I'm
gonna throw
with you
that
on
out
that.
there. That's
But yeah,
we're
the Patriots at top of the AFC, and Mac Jones looks like the cream of the crop in that rookie QB class. I mean, Justin Fields has come along, but Mac, he's starting to make all the right decisions, making all the right throws, and then to top it off, Belichick has one of those defenses. This is why it's scary for the Patriots. This is why the Patriots are scared, because Bill has one of those defenses.
A month ago, we loved the Bills. We still love them.
There's something about the Bills. The Bills are too finesse for me. They're too finesse for me. And when you get a little bit physical with them, things get here. Again, Jacksonville held them to 6 points just by mucking it up. So, no, I'm not as high on the Bills as I once was.
All right, AFC West is a tangled mess.
They're all in the playoff hunt.
Yeah, Chiefs at 7-4. Everybody else at 6-5. Chargers, Raiders, and Broncos.
Cowboys helped the Raiders stay alive.
Yes, they did. I still like the Chiefs in the West.
Me too.
Though, if the team I fear the most in the West is the Chargers, if that makes any sense.
You know what? I was once there as well, but there's something missing with them too. Like they just can't put 60 minutes together. No, excuse me. Yeah, 60 minutes together. So I don't know. The Chiefs, again, even when they were down in the dumps and everybody was kicking them, I said, if they get in, I want no part of them. Even though it looks weird. It looks weird. It's like, did they have surgery? They had plastic surgery? He looks a little different in the nose.
Off.
Yeah, it looks a little off in the nose. But I still wouldn't want to play Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, especially in Kansas City.
Yeah, and that's the separator,
Right.
I guess, is Mahomes. But I feel like if the Chargers defense, if they can just get healthy and turn it up just a little bit, then that would be the team to fear. But until then, we saw what the Chargers, the Chiefs are capable of. Even when their offense is sputtering, they took out the Cowboys, which seemed bigger then than it is now. But the AFC North, when you look at the Ravens sitting at 8-3, and then the Bengals at 7-4, the Ravens, they survived 4 interceptions from Lamar.
What the hell was that, Lamar?
Well, the defense is so good they can survive that. Which the takeaway was, wow, what's going on with Baltimore? But for me, the takeaway was, it doesn't matter how good or bad Lamar plays. If the defense is on, they're going to win.
And Lamar was coming off of some virus, not COVID.
Oh yeah, okay.
But still, nevertheless. But you can't have 4 picks. And keep in mind, he hadn't got paid yet.
No, not yet.
And that ain't the way to get paid. But
what do you
the
think?
North, I'm like,
What do you think of the Bengals? They looked pretty good last week.
Like, there'll be 2 weeks where I'm like, oh, wow, I love the Bengals. And then there's a week I'm like, ugh. But isn't that the league right now? Is that the league right now? Like, nobody's consistent. And I know Karl sent the headline today that's like, the NFL this season feels more wide open than ever because we can't get a beat on anyone.
I think the rhythm has been kind of screwed up because of the 17 games this year. It's been kind of funny to feel how coaches are trying to, how you try to peak at the right time and you see some stumbles and then you throw in COVID, which now, of course, the Cowboys are dealing with. Yeah, it seems remarkably uncertain, but it only seems uncertain at the top. It's the usual suspects. It's just what was 1 now is number 5, and what is 5 goes to 2, and then there'll be a week, and then 2 falls to 7, but it's still the same teams. There hasn't been one that has, started miserably and is slowly growing better. I maybe New England falls into that.
I think the most consistent teams right now would have to go with New England, the Packers, and the Cardinals. Everybody else is kind of like, the Dow.
And with that in mind, the AFC South, the Titans, I cannot get a read on, even though they sit at 8-4.
They just let the Patriots do them dirty.
And I really thought the Colts were that team that was finding itself after stumbling, that Wentz was finding his direction. And Jonathan Taylor, my gosh, is having an MVP caliber year, 5 touchdowns a week ago. But what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did to them on their home field made me consider the Colts again, and maybe they're not where I thought they were.
Yeah, and then there's, I don't know.
Looking at the NFC, the Cowboys sit atop the NFC East, and it's, we don't really need to go there. The Cardinals, well, it's
no, I got you.
I would like to think that Washington might round a corner. We thought Philadelphia was improving, but what we saw between them and the Giants just went to show that the East is just awful.
Yeah, I can't believe they lost to the Giants.
In the NFC West, it's just the 2 usuals. I think the 49ers are hamstrung for whatever reason by their quarterback play. I don't think they're going to jump up and really chase the Rams or the Cardinals.
Let's talk about the Rams. I think we all like the Cardinals because they've managed to go 2-1 without Murray and Hopkins. But I think it's fair. We got to talk about the Rams, who they just got beat, right? And then they just get beat. They just got beat. Matthew Stafford is Remember, there was like, hey, Stafford is the Lions. What the hell? Why is everybody so high on him? Then you were like, you know what? My bad, Stafford. But now we're back to
he's starting to
look like the Detroit guy.
He kind of is, and I don't want to waffle guy. I told you because I backed off on that. I felt like I
guess
been proven
Bobby
wrong.
Trees was more, aka Robert Woods, was more important to this offense than because we all talked about Kupp, but him and Bobby Trees together, it looks different without Robert Woods.
I'm going to say let's give the Rams another week. I'm putting the Rams and the Cowboys in the place of they're still a work in progress. I still don't know what they're going to be. And for the Rams, it's been because of losing Woods and name just fell out of my brain.
That?
Wide receiver that just showed up.
Odell.
Odell. The more he comes involved in that offense and the more he and Stafford work together, you got to figure it'll work for them. But more importantly, you'll have to start paying attention to him and then let Kupp do what he's been doing.
But the thing about it is Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey in the defense are the ones getting the pass. The Rams, 28 points is supposed to be enough when you spent that type of money on defense.
Mm-hmm.
For Aaron Rodgers with a broken toe and no Aaron Jones to put up 36 on you, we don't talk about that enough. Like, we're spending all of our time focusing on Matthew Stafford, myself included. But like every week you look up, that defense is getting torched. torched.
Yes.
A broken toe, no Aaron Jones. You give up 36 to Aaron Rodgers? I don't know.
I don't know how much credit I give to Green Bay and how much fault I put on the Rams. It's
right.
I'm going to keep my jury deliberating on the Rams and the Cowboys until I just refuse
I don't
to pass
know who
judgment
the Rams
yet.
are, right?
Buccaneers far and away the best team in the NFC South, so I think they're separating
we don't have to
themselves.
talk
And the
about
rest
them.
are basically done. Although the Saints might have something to say about that on Thursday night as they take on the Cowboys. Hey, who wants to go see Trans-Siberian Orchestra? They're coming to San Antonio a week from Friday at a beautiful AT&T Center. You want some rock and roll Christmas? Get on the horn. 656-3776. Those are the Kielbasa Bacon phone lines. 656 ESPN. And Karl, let them sing for their supper. If you like them, they get them. Sing your favorite Christmas song. Karl was humming all day long yesterday from those dudes. Get on the call and get yourself some tickets. We got Sammy Hagar coming on the other side. And also, we got, I guess that's all I've got for the giveaways today. Yeah, Sammy Hagar will be coming just after the top of the hour. Hold on tight. More coming your direction on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. You know, we were talking about Dr. Torres just a couple of minutes ago. Karl's gone down and taken advantage of their full service that the Institute offers. There are primary care locale as well. If you need to find a new doc to take care of all things from soup to nuts, certainly I would recommend the Institute for Functional Health. Now, I go and see Dr. Torres on his weight loss program, and it just goes to prove as a primary care provider that what they do is based in science, in medicine. This is not an internet-driven fad. The Institute for Functional Health works off the medical side of things with your history and your biology playing a role. Nobody is like you. Nobody has made the decisions that you've made. Nobody has lived the life and made whether poor or good decisions that have affected their life now. That's why Dr. Torres' program works so well. He does it through the state-of-the-art testing, customized wellness plans, all play a role in you not only getting healthier, but losing weight. Everybody's different. Your health is a combination of your genetics and all things that your body has experienced, from the food that you've eaten to the medicines that you've taken to your surroundings. All that plays a role in your general health. If you're looking to lose weight and keep it off, I cannot recommend the IFF Higher. I want you to find out what I know. Go to the website, first of all, do your research. Institute for IFFhealth.com, IFFhealth.com. You'll see, take the functional health test. You'll see all the programs that they offer. I just tell you it works. The number you need is 210-468-1891. 210-468-1891. As we come into the heavy season, and then very quickly followed by the resolved season, resolve to live a healthier life, and in so doing, start losing the weight that you desperately need to. Whether you're dealing with a physician telling you your numbers are high, or headed toward medication, you're headed down a road that you will not be able to reverse out of unless you start dropping weight, or you're just tired of looking the way that you do. Either way, you will lose weight. You will feel better if you jump in on the program. Dr. Torres will help. Call him today at 210-468-1891. Jump on the program, and I know you'll thank me later.
The Dallas Cowboys, the New Orleans Saints. It's going to be a gridiron showdown. Catch all the action tomorrow night at 7:20. Sponsored by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson, owner of the Thompson Law Firm right here in San Antonio. And for the past 27 years, I have represented people in our community who have been injured because of negligent drivers of cars, 18-wheelers, and company vehicles. I really want you to know that if you're involved in a collision, you need to contact an experienced attorney as soon as possible after the collision. All you may know about an insurance company is what you see on television. If you have ever been forced to make a claim after being injured in an auto collision, there are no jokes, no geckos, no cavemen, no professional athlete endorsers. Just you against a giant insurance company that is represented by skilled adjusters and attorneys who have one job: pay as little as possible. If you've been injured in a collision, please contact an experienced attorney as soon as possible after the collision. I, of course, want you to call me, Jason Thompson. My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com. That's all one word, alawyerforus.com.
Hey, Dallas Cowboy fans, Jason Minix here, letting you know Miller Lite, the only beer of the Dallas Cowboys, and San Antonio Sports Star, we're throwing a viewing party for the Cowboys-Saints game this Thursday out at R&J Saloon. We'll start with a live broadcast of the Blitz from 4 to 7, then stick around and watch the Cowboys take on the Saints. Enjoy $2 Miller Lite long necks during the game and register to win some great Miller Lite Dallas Cowboys gear and other great holiday stuff. That's this Thursday, 4 to 7 at R&J Saloon on South Flores.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? So your wipers are streaking. It might be time for a new set. We've got a great deal to help you get the job done and be ready for the weather ahead. Right now, you can get a $15 AutoZone gift card by mail or email when you buy 2 Bosch Envision wiper blades. And we've got even more ways to shop. Just order online with our free same-day store pickup or next-day delivery.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Start your job today at AutoZone.com. Restrictions apply.
'Twas the season of cheer and joy filled the town, except for Scrooge with his permanent frown. The gift of a Peloton bike touched his soul without doubt.
Work, Peloton.
When your workout's a joy, it's a joy to work out.
You can do it.
The original Peloton bike with our best price ever, $39 a month. All access membership separate. Terms apply. See website for details.
It's heart-stopping, rim-wrecking, ball-arching action.
All 3, got it!
College hoops are happening, and we've got the action and excitement you love. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
This is Karl Schoening on your home for Texas Rangers baseball. San Antonio's Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Welcome back to R&R. Who won our Trans-Siberian Orchestra tickets?
Ronald saying, "I wish you a Merry Christmas."
There you go.
And you know,
did he sing or hum? Because I hope he didn't sing too.
No, he sang.
Good. See?
So yes, I think it's harder to hum because people are like, "Man, when was the last time I hummed?"
Oh.
And I got to hum into a phone, you know. So you really made it a bit more embarrassing by asking them to sing, I think. But yes, I usually.
So how long before you cut them off?
So I go actually, like, I'll listen to the first person, and twice people have frozen up. So I just go on to the next.
People freeze up?
People freeze up.
And see, they think they can do this job. And they can't even talk to you on the phone.
Hey, we have a lot of listeners who just enjoy listening.
Oh, 95%. What's the number, Rob?
The number I always heard was 1 in 1,000 call.
Yeah. People don't call.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Got to get to work. Come on now.
I did call Jim Rome once. Did you waited on hold for an hour and a half?
Did you get into the smack off?
Yeah, I didn't get in the smack off. I wasn't good enough.
I met him. He came on a tour stop.
You met him?
Yeah,
you brought him out on stage. Coming to the stage.
Yeah, I had to be.
Give it up.
My brother and I were the opening act to Jim Rome up in Austin.
So how, were they annoyed
He's
with
a
y'all?
good dude. He was a good dude.
He was cool?
Yeah, I mean, he was a little standoffish, but he's a good dude.
I mean, because at the time when he's doing these tour stops, he was on top of the world.
Oh, yeah, he was a rock star.
He was a rock star.
I couldn't believe it. There were like 15,000 people there to see Rome at a baseball stadium in downtown Austin. I couldn't believe it.
And y'all opened?
We opened for him. The Spurs had just won the title, so we were rock stars. We walked out with Spurs stuff, and Austin went nuts. So it was an easy opening act. But It's like we had to get – it was like the closest I've ever done to stand-up. I've never been on a stage and just bring someone and have to fill 15 minutes.
I couldn't imagine doing stand-up.
It's maddening. You have to constantly think of jokes.
Yeah, I'm funny than a group of people that I know, but like a bunch of strangers just to get up there and be like, did you ever hear the one about the hippo? You know what I'm saying? What?
You know, Quinn Hudson, our Rock the Bike champs.
He's a comedian?
Yeah. He's funny too.
Gotta go check him out. Does he go over there to the North Star spot?
I think he's done some LOL stuff.
Okay.
There's a circuit. There's a local circuit for comedians. There's a couple others that we know that have made it.
Well, shout out to the winner of the TSO, as Rob put it. He's so fancy.
I am.
I got TSO tickets.
We got SH tickets coming around the corner. That's Sammy Hagar to you and me. Now, you're having to sing those songs might be a little bit more difficult. Dr. Jason Garrett with Rossi is going to join us in about 15 minutes. We're going to look around the sporting world at injuries and how they can be healed in a variety of ways. Spurs talk as we look forward to a game tomorrow night. A West Coast swing is beginning. Lots to talk about, so hang here. This is San Antonio Sports Star, and you're on ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Dr. Garrett will be here in a bit, but I do want to tell you about Arasti. See, Arasti providers around San Antonio, they're experts. They are passionate about getting you out of pain. When you reach a certain age, or if you're involved in certain things and you're dealing with pain that keeps you out of life, what are you doing? Get yourself out. Get yourself fixed. It can be done. You don't need to just wait it out and hope it heals itself. Arasti providers, when you go for the first time, will provide you a full evaluation. After your initial consultation, your Arasti provider will perform the clinical assessment, but really focus on the area that's bothering you and fixing the area that's causing the pain. The pain really kind of goes away in a remarkably short amount of time. And I'm talking about frozen shoulders, bad and torn or pulled muscles, exoskeletal issues. They can, in fact, fix you on average less than 4 visits, 3.2. Think of that. If you have lower back issues like I have always had, this can be a month before you feel better. You're laying on the back on a board, and all that kind of stuff. Arasti providers not only get you out of pain, but they teach you how to fix yourself in many instances. And that, to me, is the separator. When you call an Arasti provider, know this: you don't need a referral. Just go ahead and make your call. Here's the number you need. It's 1-800-404-6050. Sounds like a long-distance call, or you're calling someplace else. No, you're calling San Antonio. It's just a great clearinghouse, and they can help you find the provider that's close to you. But if you want to find it yourself, you can go to the website, Arasti.com, AIRROSTI.com. Use that. Pick the provider that's closest to you. They're opening new ones all the time. I'm sure there's one less than 10 minutes from where you are right now. Call an Arasti provider today. Don't let pain keep you from doing things that you love. Life's too short. Get yourself into an Arasti provider. You'll find they can fix it quick. Then I'm sure you'll thank me later.
Listeners of the Paul Feinbaum Show come from all parts of the South.
I live in the mountains.
They're passionate about the SEC.
I've been drinking a little beer this afternoon, and I've got the feeling that we're going to beat Georgia by 3.
They're a rowdy bunch.
Woo! Damn, pig, do it!
And they're the most honest people you will ever meet.
Yeah, I do like me. I've given up women and turned to porn.
There's nothing like the SEC.
Talk SEC with Paul Feinbaum. Weekdays 2 to 4, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
'Tis the season for savings at Mother's Window Tint, your car stereo and auto security headquarters. Save on 3M Window Tint, 100% legal to get your car dark, dark, dark. This is Texas, baby. 'Tis the season for dark window tint. We do tint front windshields. Yes, 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 we do. And it's perfectly legal, too. At Mother's Window Tint, 'tis the season to make your car go thump, thump, thump. Mother thump. Save on car stereos, amplifiers, and speakers. Save on car alarms. Save on remote starters. Stores in Austin and San Antonio. And on the web at motherswindowtint.com. Are you a people person and like cars? Maybe you can join our team. Contact us by Facebook or on our website, motherswindowtint.com. 'Tis the season to remember. Do it at Mothers and save.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Hello, my name is Jason Thompson, owner of the Thompson Law Firm right here in San Antonio. And for the past 27 years, I have represented people in our community who have been injured because of negligent drivers of cars, 18-wheelers, and company vehicles. I really want you to know that if you're involved in a collision, you need to contact an experienced attorney as soon as possible after the collision. All you may know about an insurance company is what you see on television. If you have ever been forced to make a claim after being injured in an auto collision, there are no jokes, no geckos, no cavemen, no professional athlete endorsers. Just you against a giant insurance company that is represented by skilled adjusters and attorneys who have one job: pay as little as possible. If you've been injured in a collision, please contact an experienced attorney as soon as possible after the collision. I, of course, want you to call me, Jason Thompson, My number is 210-900-0400. That's 900-0400. Or go to my website, alawyerforus.com. That's all one word, alawyerforus.com.
All right, we've got lucky caller number 4, Marcus, on the line. If he answers this question, he wins a new car.
Let's do this.
Okay, for a new car, name the only actor to appear in...
And now a message from our sponsor.
With 24/7 support and quick and easy claims, Progressive protects what matters most. Progressive.
Films all in the same year.
Wait, sorry, I didn't hear the question.
3 seconds, Marcus.
Yeah, no, but there was an ad in the middle.
You didn't answer.
I didn't hear anything.
Marcus, you dropped it in the dirt.
Progressive. There's never a bad time for great protection. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
In college football, Goodyear knows a new season means new possibilities, where every Saturday is an opportunity on the road to greatness. No matter if you're out there playing your hardest or cheering the loudest from the sidelines, tailgating in the parking lot, or your favorite spot to watch the game, Goodyear knows passion is what drives us forward all the way to the playoffs. That's the road that moves us. Goodyear, more driven.
Shop on eBay this holiday season to get more for your dough on stand mixers, or get more for your buck on this season's hottest tech and gaming gear. And on eBay, you can even get more Cyber Monday rewind the clock deals. Cyber Monday prices are back for one day only. Get more and save more on premium brands with eBay's can't miss Monday deals. Get more when you get it on eBay.
Why is this oven still going? Hi, this is Dinesh.
Dinesh's Bakery just landed a sweet catering contract.
40 dozen fritters, Friday at 5 a.m.?
He needs an event planner to help him rise to the occasion.
Oh, every Friday at 5 a.m. Not a problem.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Instant Match instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your sponsored job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Live, local, loud. KZDC, San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Rob Thompson, Rudy J. R&R in the morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
He's Rudy J. I'm Rob Thompson. You're on San Antonio Sports Star. Karl Schoenig driving the boat till 10 o'clock. We got Dr. Jason Garrett just around the corner. We'll look at the Dallas Cowboys injury situation with the doc. The issue with Zeke and overuse and rest.
Overuse.
And will a week make a difference? Look at the San Antonio Spurs. They hit the road. Got 2 consecutive wins. And maybe a little bit of notoriety coming their direction.
Hey, man. I was trying to get back to your email, Rob. We have a food truck coming today at 11.
Yeah,
that's random.
One of the better things about
I didn't know y'all did that. We've been here 4 months. I've never had a food truck here.
I didn't know there was one coming.
Worth checking out. Does it have any information?
Yes, we
Not
do.
all food trucks are created equal.
Tortas.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'm excited to do that.
He's like, I'm excited to do.
Excited to have.
I have to stay and do halftime. So
yeah, it's Wednesday, and you and Michael Jimenez be going. Don't forget, we're going to be live out at Twin Peaks tomorrow at the Park North locale from noon to 2 as halftime hits the road. Jason Minix will be at R&J Saloon on South Flores from 4 to 7. The Blitz live as we get a viewing party going for your Dallas Cowboys. Miller Lite, the only beer of the Dallas Cowboys, hosting that at R&J. So going to be a full and exciting football Friday or Thursday.
You scared?
Yeah.
You scared? Taysom Hill's been announced the starter.
We talked,
and that's a different type of. That's different than facing Trevor Siemian. The guy just wants to sit in the pocket. Taysom, you don't know if he's going to take off. Your third and shorts now is like, okay, is it going to play action? Is it going to be Taysom on a bootleg? Is it going to be Taysom up the middle? This game just got really interesting, Rob. You a little scared?
I am. And I'm not so much afraid of the Saints. I'm afraid of Sean Payton.
I agree with that. Great take.
He's
a wizard.
He's a coach.
Yeah,
and you look at how do you beat the Cowboys? You run on them. Run on them. Run on the Cowboys.
Is that your assessment?
The teams that have run effectively have beaten the Cowboys. You don't have to. I'm not talking about getting 100 yards, but if it's 3rd and 7 and the Cowboys are facing a running back that they're concerned about, then it hurts them. They're not now we do have DeMarcus Lawrence coming back that will help, but I think that if you're a Mark Ingram owner and it looks like Kamara still dealing with his knee, I expect to see a heavy dose of the run game. Keep the offense off the field. Yeah, I'm a little worried.
Taysom has a decent record as a starter.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of Taysom Hill.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. No team is afraid of Taysom. Seriously. I'm afraid of him.
Disrespectful.
Well, I'm afraid of him periodically when you bring him in as the change of pace guy. Like
nobody's.
But yeah, I don't go in to a Saint game. Okay, scheming. What's the first thing we got to do? It's not stop Taysom Hill.
It's Alvin Kamara, but I don't know if he's playing.
So yeah, so it's the unknown and Sean Payton pulling something out, and you can question Mike McCarthy's in-game coaching acumen as far as decision making, going for it, and the things like that, and timeouts. But even though you might have a question about it, he won't be there, and it'll be in the hands of Dan Quinn. And if you're talking about the chess match that is between two head coaches, my money goes to Sean Payton most of the time, and especially this week when you got an interim or a point of contact to Dan Quinn. So yeah, there's reason to be worried. It's the Saints, and we know how much Payton loves beating the Cowboys.
Yeah,
in a variety of ways.
Should be their coach. Well, I love Mike. Mike's my guy.
Yeah,
but I'm talking about before. I'm talking about even before Mike. Even though he lives in Dallas, for Pete's sake.
You know, his daughter interned with the Cowboys.
It made too much sense, but it made so much sense you kind of knew it wasn't going to be real, because those rumors were swirling for years. And like I said, this is before Mike. This is while Jason Garrett's still head coach. Like, oh, it's going to be Sean Payton. He bought a house. His daughter's interning, but it never happened.
I want to get into some Spurs real quick before Dr. Garrett arrives, or some NBA talk. First of all, you watched the Golden State Phoenix game. How did Phoenix beat Golden State last night? What did they do?
They pounded them inside to start. I mean, DeAndre Ayton led all scorers. Again, Devin Booker went out in the first half with a hamstring issue. Chris Paul made his timely shots, and they also did a great job defensively on Steph Curry.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't get me wrong, Steph missed some shots that he normally makes, but they made it. The thing about Steph is if you can get a contest, yes, there's nights where it just doesn't matter and Steph blacks out on you. But for the most part, if you can stay close to him and you can contest, he's gonna struggle. And I thought Bridges did a good job of that last night. And and Cam Johnson can just flat out shoot, man. He can just shoot and he's fearless. And I don't know if that comes from playing with Chris Paul, but then when you have a winning streak like that, and any team will tell you that's been through it, like you never want it to end. So the effort is through the roof.
Right.
The effort's through the roof. Like you're diving for loose balls. You don't want this. They don't want this to come to an end. And JaVale McGee, man, the dude just continues to work hard, and seems like he's found a home with Phoenix. He started off, he kind of set the tone for Phoenix yesterday as well, too. So
in a highly structured environment, McGee has been successful.
When
he has a very specific two jobs to do. It's when he starts to expand and try to do things that quite frankly he should not. Then he ends up making a fool of himself.
Yeah, but if you're going to beat Golden State, it's going to be points in the paint.
So did they feel like the best team in the NBA last night? Did you feel like Phoenix right now, if they played anybody over 7 games, they'd win it?
Damn. No.
I
like them a lot, and their 17 games means something, but would I take them in a rematch over the Bucks? I don't think so.
So you would still like the Bucks in a series with them?
Yeah, I still like the Bucks. I mean, do I think they could beat Golden State if the Klay Thompson and James Wiseman 7-game series? I think I still take Golden State. But Phoenix has a chip on their shoulder. They were up 2-0 in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen when a team lets the finals get away, what happens. We've seen that with our own 2 eyes. Now, the Spurs were a little bit closer to the title than Phoenix was. The Spurs were a few seconds away. Phoenix was 2 games away. But you still come out with your hair on fire next season. So I wouldn't be shocked if they won it all. But if you made like, hey, Rudy, bet your mortgage on Phoenix to win it all right now, no.
That's concerning because they can't play any better.
Right.
You know what I mean? They've won 17 straight, and they did this last night against my favorite to win it all right now, Golden State, without Devin Booker for an entire half.
Mm-hmm.
So if even after that, you look at them and go, well, they're not injured. They're not waiting on anything, which tells me that Phoenix probably should be in the market to add another piece. If they truly think this is it, and they've won 17 straight, and after the eye test
I think they feel like they can win it all. I
But-
feel like they feel like they can win it all for sure.
It's up to Monty. It's up to who's the GM, the former Cav. It's up to them to look at look at their team through the prism of, are we going to be? Can we win it? Not under the idea of, of course we can win it. We're all Phoenix Suns together. No, you have to look at it through as Robert L. Keane likes to say, the cold gray light of dawn. You need to look at it in a realistic fashion. And if after 17 games and even after beating Golden State, you go, maybe Golden State should be in the market for that to fix that part of their game. And I don't know what that is, but I feel the same way.
Yeah. I again, the Bucks, they're the defending champs, so you got to give them respect. But then, Golden State, they're Golden State, and they've been there and they've done this. So
you saw the Knicks play the Nets last night, and we talked a lot yesterday about Kemba Walker and his relationship with Tibbs and his playing time. What did it look like?
Props to Kemba, man. He was a pro about it. I saw him getting up off the bench, high-fiving, clapping. He wasn't over there pouting. And because I didn't know what he was going to be. I didn't know if he was just going to sit over there and be upset. No, he was a professional about it. So props to Kemba for that. Because, again, I was worried. But the Knicks, they're still missing a guy or two. Like, they're going to play well. They're going to win games because they play hard for Thibodeau. But then when you're playing Kevin Durant and James Harden down the stretch and it's close, if it's close, they're probably going to beat you if they're healthy. And James Harden is finally figuring out how other ways to get to the line. Last night he went for 34. The other night he was like, I don't know if I should score. I don't know when I should pass. I think Kevin Durant went to him and said, man, just play. Because last night that was the James Harden that I got used to seeing in Houston. Like, he was like, I'm not, because when you're playing with KD, you can kind of be like, I got to get the ball to KD, which is smart. You might want to get the ball to KD, but if you're worried about that the entire 48 minutes, you're going to lose yourself. And I think, KD kind of went to him and said, man, just do your thing. And that's what it looked like last night.
Not a lot of people that Durant would do that with.
Right. But Harden's earned that.
He's got ego issues.
Right.
He doesn't like to have somebody better than he. I think that was his problem at Golden State.
For sure.
Tomorrow night, there's reason to celebrate as the Spurs will be traveling to Portland.
Yeah, let's settle this debate.
Well, there's a couple of things. Yeah, we'll talk about the value of DeJounte and Dollar Dame. But more importantly, this will complete the San Antonio Spurs national TV tour of
that's it for the year?
That's it. Tomorrow night on NBA TV is just about the last scheduled regular season game against no, there's a few more actually.
Okay.
And we got a couple more. We got the Warriors coming up in March, but there aren't too many left. So if you're a Dish customer and you can't get to them, this will be just about your last opportunity to watch them on broadcast. Hey, let's talk some injuries and look around the NBA and the NFL. We do a weekly with one of the best, Dr. Jason Garrett of Arasti, joining us. First of all, Doc, I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. We're glad you're here.
I did. I had pie for breakfast and dinner several times over the last week, so it's time to get back on track.
Back on track is what a lot of people are dealing with. And as Rudy walked in this morning, he had his weekly yesterday workout, and he's kind of limping around and sore. And we'll get into the actual injuries. But for those of us that are trying to get back on track after a week of sin, and you're dealing with a little bit of soreness, what's the best way to get yourself out of it apart from using the motion is lotion theme and just keep working out? It'll go away eventually.
That's a good point. So if you hit it real hard for 5 or 6 days, like a lot of us did, with a lot of drinking, not a lot of exercise, and especially eating a ton of sugar and carbs and all the stuff that comes with Thanksgiving, don't expect your body to bounce back like it did prior to that. So give yourself a little bit of time, a week or two of easier workouts before you start hitting it hard. Because if you try to make it up all in 1 week, you're guaranteed to strain something, injure something, and then it'll set you back even further. So right now you want to get yourself nice and healthy before Christmas so you can go through this whole cycle again and wreck yourself and then get healthy again in January.
I know this is stressed a lot, Doc, and I don't think a lot of people take advantage of the many benefits, but the amount of water that you drink during a day, tell me why that means so much and why it's so beneficial. As I look at Karl carrying around his 3-gallon bottle and I'm Rudy pouring down some water right now, why is it so beneficial to make sure that you drink as much water as you're supposed to drink?
So there's several reasons why. One, almost everybody out there, unless they're drinking gallons of water, like your colleague there, is what's called subclinically dehydrated. So you wouldn't really register as dehydrated, but you're not optimally hydrated like you should be. So all your muscles, your tendons, your ligaments, your joints, your organs, your nerves, they all have a certain amount of water. We're made up of a tremendous amount of our body is made up of water. If it's not at a high level, nothing's going to function as well as it should. So there's that alone by just being in a better functional state. Also, the more water you drink, the less likely you're going to drink something sugary, the less likely you're going to feel hungry. And a lot of times, hunger pains are actually that subclinical dehydration. So when you want a snack, like a salty snack, for whatever reason, your body's telling you to eat something salty or some junk food. In reality, you might just be thirsty. So if you had 8 to 10 to 12 ounces of water, it'll kill that hunger pain, and then it'll decrease your calorie intake, and you'll actually lose weight, feel better, sleep better. There's really no downside to drinking more water.
Help me destroy the hippie feelings, Doc, and tell me that alkaline water is no better than regular distilled water. Or is there a big difference?
All right. So the human body does a really good job of managing your alkaline and your acidity. So once you get something into your intestines, it's digested, gets in your bloodstream, you've got a homeostasis mechanism that's controlled by your body that manages alkaline or acidity. So if you were drinking super acidic water, would that be more challenging? Probably worse for your intestine and digestion? Yes. If you were drinking more alkaline, would it probably be better? Yes. But ultimately, it's not a fountain of youth. It's not magic. It's not worth $9 a bottle.
Thank you, Doc. I've been trying to tell people that, but I couldn't articulate it that way. I was like, man, water's got to be water. I mean, Jesus and them just had regular water. They didn't have. I don't think Moses and them, Doc, had alkaline. But now let's talk about my fantasy team. I got Darren Waller, tight end for the Raiders, Doc. He is week to week with something they're calling a strained IT band. How worried should I be? What is an IT band?
Is that?
Yeah, what is that?
Well, for most people that have IT band issues, it's rarely football players, soccer players, sprinters. It's almost always long distance runners, because what happens is your IT band, it runs from your glute muscles and the muscles on the side of your hip all the way down to your knee. It's a very thick fibrotic band, and usually it's like a repetitive injury from running slowly. When you're running sprinting like football players and soccer players do, it's not usually injured unless you've strained it. So for him to have an IT band strain, that's a little more significant than your typical IT band syndrome that runners get. It just means it's a mild ligament sprain. It's week to week. It does tie into your LCL. So you've got your MCL on the inside of your knee, your medial collateral ligament, your LCL on the outside of your knee. And usually that's where the injury in the IT band is, because it's more of a sprain strain on the knee. So I would say, it's week to week. You'll either be good to go or you won't.
Is it a tendon thing? What exactly is it?
Big old band. That's what it sounds like.
Because I've never heard of this. So what would be, if you are dealing with that, what's the therapy?
So the therapy is, one, if you're a runner, which most people, like 99% of all people that have IT band problems, is from running. When you run, you don't sprint, so your glutes don't contract. And what happens is your hip drops just a little bit, and then the IT band creates a friction mechanism right on the outside of the knee, and it just carves back and forth. It's really hard to stress that tendon, because ultimately it's a tendon. It comes from muscles, turns into a tendon. It's super thick and fibrotic. It takes a tremendous amount of force to injure it. So it's more of a wear and tear, irritating the connective tissue around it. So what you want to do is strengthen your glutes, your glute medius, your glute maximus, and you can look those up online. They're pretty easy to do. Strengthen those first, do a little more sprint workout, and don't just run. If you're just a runner, you got to do some prep stuff to help prevent this.
That's like master's level stuff. It's like a practical, Doc. You just threw right out. We not only got the diagnosis, but the therapy to go along with it.
Yeah. Dalvin Cook, can you make a dislocated shoulder and a torn labrum worse? Or is that just because that's what Dalvin Cook suffered from? Again, we're trying to help out fantasy owners here. Should they worry? Should they worry that Dalvin Cook's not going to be able to play again? He is a running back. He takes a lot of contact. Zimmer's, said these reports aren't true, but I'm going to roll with Schefter. Schefter says the shoulder's dislocating, has a torn labrum. Should fantasy owners cut Dalvin Cook and get rid of him? What should they do?
Well, there's a good chance it's not going to be a great shoulder for the rest of the season. The odds of you re-dislocating or injuring the labrum even more is really high. So more than likely, if he is going to play, They're going to wrap it up real tight. So he's going to have a little bit of mobility problems, which as running back isn't quite as big of a deal for your shoulder. But if he takes a hard hit there, there's a good chance, or he lands with his arm outstretched, he could totally dislocate that again, damage more of the labrum. They're more likely going to numb him up with some Toradol or some other strong steroid shot to kill the pain for the game. But that does mean it's more likely to re-injure it. Once you dislocate something, especially like a shoulder, it is much less stable until it's fully healed, and it won't fully heal until the season's over.
He is Dr. Jason Garrett with Rosti. He's joining us for his weekly as we talk injuries and rehab throughout the sporting world. Let's talk Zeke Elliott real quick, because while he's dealing with a knee, the general perception of him is, he is taking a battering, and the idea of maybe taking a week off might help his general health. If you were his doc and you were working with him rehabbing on a week-to-week specifically, but now he's dealing with that, what would encompass a week off other than just rest to get him in better physical shape?
All right, if he was to take a week off, the best thing he's going to do is heavy weightlifting, but low reps, because you want to get the tissue to heal faster. You want to put a ton of load on it with really good range of motion, because he's got a sprain strain in his knee. It's not like he's not going to twist his knee lifting weights. So you want to put as much stress on the muscles to retrain that connective tissue to make it stronger, faster. There's actually a lot of running backs that start lifting weights heavy right after the game, because then it gives them a 2 or 3 day head start before they get sore.
Wow.
That is so counter to what I thought.
Yeah, because like when I'm thinking you're injured, the last thing I'm thinking is, all right, man, go do some heavy walking lunges. I wouldn't think that.
Yeah, the body is really good about remodeling tissue along lines of stress, and the more good functional stress that you can put on it, the faster and stronger it's going to get. I'm seeing a fairly regular, especially in the NFL. I think it's pretty consistent as we get into this time of the season. We start dealing with, I'm seeing more and more quad strains, abdominal strains. Why does it start to pick up now as opposed to maybe earlier in the season, or is it just kind of coincidental? A couple things. One, as you know, the NFL, those guys are big, strong, and they hit each other real hard. So little injuries start piling up. Also, the conditioning goes down throughout the season. So preseason, before the season starts, and early in 2 days, you're doing a ton of conditioning. Once the season starts and you're all banged up, you can't do as much conditioning. So all those things start to add up. So you get more strains, get more abdominal injuries, just because you can't really rehab it because you're trying to get over an injury from 3 days ago.
That is Dr. Jason Garrett stopping by for his weekly practical as we quiz him on all things medical, and it comes back quick. That's why you go to an Rosti provider, that kind of expert care. Dr. Garrett, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate all the knowledge.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you, Doc.
Dr. Jason Garrett joins us for a weekly. And again, I cannot recommend a Rosti high enough.
So guess what, y'all? You see this? This is my last bottle of alkaline water I will ever drink. The hippies tricked me too. Okay, they're like, no, it is different, Rudy. I promise it does stuff. Y'all don't know nothing.
Of course.
I knew it was phony, man. I knew it was a hustle. It's always a hustle. Never again. I'm just going to stick with my distilled. No more alkaline water for me. You know what this bottle of water cost me? It's like $3.
You actually grabbed a $3 bottle of water in a place other than the airport?
Everybody's been telling me that alkaline is better. Like, oh, it does stuff to your body, Rudy. I promise, Rudy. I promise.
Alkaline water tastes like hose water to me.
I don't know, but Doc said it's not the fountain of youth, and it's not worth $9, so I'm not doing it anymore.
It's got pH 9+, Rudy.
Now, I'm sure that there may be somebody that wants to debate with Doc. Well, you can debate with him. But are you an alkaline guy, or is that tap water you have, Karl?
No, I go right from the water fountain over here.
Oh, the one right here by the restroom?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So yours is an alkaline.
You drink from that, you're not going to get COVID.
I knew it, man. I've been hoodwinked, bamboozled. So, Body Armor, y'all won't get any more of my money.
Are we going to do a Sammy Hagar giveaway right now?
You
want to do that now?
Sounds good, but please don't have them sing anything.
All right. Let's give away some Sammy Hagar tickets. You'll be here Saturday at the Aztec. This Saturday,
December 4th.
This Saturday, December 4th, at the Aztec.
Awesome.
I didn't even know.
Cool, Sammy.
Go rock out with Cabo Wabo himself. He can't drive 55. That's Sammy Hagar. We got a pair of tickets. 656-3776, 656 ESPN.
How are we giving these away?
We'll go caller number 7. We'll come away with a better giveaway for the next set. But caller number 7, we'll get Sammy Hagar tickets. I'm feeling young all of a sudden. Hey, coming back, let's talk San Antonio Spurs. They're heading up to Portland. What do they got to do to take down the Trailblazers and maintain their winning streak? Spurs talk next right here on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. We just had Dr. Garrett with a Rosti join us. And I'll tell you, as a guy who's had lower back issues and as a guy who's played a lot of sports over a long time and are dealing with those, thin tread on the tires, as it were, nothing better than a Rosti to rejuvenate and get yourself back in the game. It is far more than deep tissue massage. It is far more than chiropractic. It is far more than physical rehab. It is all those three ideas coming together in a non-invasive way to get you out of pain. So if you're dealing with lower back issues like I constantly do, or if I've got a couple of bad knees over the years, they can get you out of pain and get you back in the game in a short amount of time. And it doesn't have to do with over-the-counter medications and certainly the prescribed opioids that have really, it's just not something you want to get involved with. They get you out of pain quickly. And they do it in a way that you can maintain when you leave your Rosti provider, because not only will they fix you, they'll show you how to keep yourself out of pain. I left my first Rosti appointment with a lacrosse ball, a couple of rubber bands, and I have used them ever since because they taught me how to stay out. And that's the sign of a true healthcare provider. Don't live your life in pain. You can get it fixed in a remarkably short amount of time. Professional athletes like Clayton Kershaw, Becky Hammond, Tony Parker, just to name a few, have used a Rosti to professionally get themselves back in. Why shouldn't you wait? Here's the number. It's 1-800-404-6050. Rosti providers are all around San Antonio. They are not specifically a Rosti providers. For the most part, they are working out of another practice. That's the great thing about a Rosti. It is master's level pain treatment. You already need to be a medical provider to become a Rosti provider. It is that extra certification that separates them from the others. You don't need a referral, and they do accept most insurances. Call a Rosti provider today. Do not live your life in pain. They can get you out of it, and when they do, I'm sure you'll thank me later.
Sports Center is brought to you by Kielbasa Slow Crafted Sausage, available at your local grocery stores.
The transfer portal season is underway, and the Texas Longhorns lost 2018 top 20 recruit Alvante Woodard to the transfer portal. Texas expects to lose at least 8 players to the transfer portal this offseason. In NCAA men's basketball, the 15th-ranked University of Houston Cougars rolled Southland opponent Northwestern 99-58 last night. And tonight in San Antonio, the University of the Incarnate Word is set to host Our Lady of the Lake with a 6:30 tip-off. And 2 Texas NBA teams are in action tonight. Dallas is in New Orleans to play the Pelicans, and the Rockets are in Oklahoma City for a matchup against the Thunder. Both games tip off at 7 o'clock. For San Antonio Sports Star, I'm Karl Schoening.
If you can't sleep because of annoying knee pain, that's a problem. If you stop running because your feet always hurt, that's a problem. If your elbow, shoulder, and neck pain make it impossible for you to do your job, that is a problem, and it's time to finally do something about it. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett from Rosti. At Rosti, we fix pain fast. No medications, no injections. Rosti treatment is completely natural and non-invasive. Plus, we accept most insurance plans. There's a location near you. Visit Arosti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Rosti, we fix pain fast.
Do you really want to go through another year with that awful joint pain? Don't do it. Resolve right now to get yourself moving again for 2022. Hey, it's James Pledger with San Antonio Sports Star, and it's time to call QC Kinetics, non-surgical regenerative treatments for joint pain. We're talking lasting results using natural biologics. No surgery, no pain meds, no steroids, and no downtime. This is really exciting stuff. Regenerative restorative treatments that actually encourage your body to heal itself using highly concentrated natural biologics. Patients rave about it. For hip pain relief, knee pain relief, shoulder and back pain relief, don't let them keep giving you steroids, and don't let them tell you that surgery is your only option. Get a free second opinion at QC Kinetics. Do it now and imagine life in 2022 without pain. Locations in Hollywood Park and Westover Hills. Call the local medical professionals at QC Kinetics now. 210-571-0318. 210-571-0318. That's 210-571-0318.
O'Reilly. This is Claudia's O'Reilly Auto Parts story.
I had just moved to a new city and barely even knew where the grocery store was yet. When my car wouldn't start one morning, I didn't know who to ask about local shops. But I remembered a name from back home, O'Reilly Auto Parts. I called and they pointed me to a great mechanic just down the street. Now I feel a little more at home.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Welcome to a place where everyone deserves to be better protected, where technology has your back, where you can have better protection and keep more money in your pocket, where you can have protection for your car, your home, your phone, and even your digital identity. Welcome to a place where your entire life can be better protected. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Allstate and affiliates offer products and services subject to availability, terms, and conditions.
Looking for a protein-packed snack to power you through the day? Of course you are. Only Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds have the bold flavors that stand out in the Me Too snack aisle. Sea salt and cracked black pepper, pineapple ancho chili, pasilla chili cheese, and more. Take your snacking to higher flavor levels with Southern Recipe small batch pork rinds. And keto fans, you're going to love this low-carb crunch. Visit your local H-E-B and southernrecipesmallbatch.com to see the power of the rinds.
Southern Recipe pork rinds.
This is Jerry Jones, and you're listening to the home of the Dallas Cowboys.
San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
It's R&R in the morning. We just gave away Sammy Hagar tickets. What year is this?
And the lines were lit up like a Christmas tree. They were feeling Sammy.
He's got he had anyway. I don't know if he still has. Had a good bar. A bar down in Cabo.
Oh.
In his own tequila.
Cabo Wabo, is that what you called it?
Which is now the new aspiration for every person of
you gotta have
a little
tequila.
bit of money. You got to have your own tequila.
You gotta have your own tequila. We need an R&R.
We do. I've got some brewing in the backyard.
At least we need some R&R merch for sure, though. Like, seriously, R&R merch is...
There are changes coming that we need to have.
Before we can do that.
There's lots of stuff coming in the pipeline. But there are processes in place.
That's all good.
Which is corporate speak for not right now.
Yeah.
You don't have the money.
Corporate speak is we might get to it.
There's budgeting, and then there's the Q2 and Q3, and then there's this supplementals, and I don't know. It's coming. That's all we can.
That's all good.
That's what I'm
thinking out loud.
It's December 1st. We made it.
I know.
Did you grow up with a Advent calendar? You ever use?
What's that?
We grew up and we did it for our kids. It's a calendar that you can either buy that's like pre-made, or you can have one that's like made that you can fill. But every day you open a little door, you get closer and closer to Christmas Day.
Oh, no, I've never done that.
And a calendar, you open this little tiny thing, and there's like a piece of candy or something.
Whatever.
So open
Pretty
up
cool.
your Advent calendar.
Pretty cool.
On the first, it's a little something.
You done any shopping?
Oh, Amazon, baby.
Yeah.
Online, baby.
See, you're smart because it's going to take a while to get here.
I have done zero shopping.
You're right. You just handed over the card.
She got the card. I don't need to hand anything over. That's long been taken.
Facts.
But
Same here.
We discuss it, and she orders. Now, I haven't bought my own personal ones yet, but I'm a firm believer in deadlines make deals. And we'll wait till it gets closer.
Yeah.
I'll make sure that.
Have you found a PS5?
No, I the sad thing is I found one last year and I didn't get it. My son ended up getting
Karl
one.
got one. It's a little spoiled ass brat.
They're still pretty hard to find, right?
I know some people that know some people, though.
I've stopped the search.
Yeah, I don't care anymore. It's not that serious. Like, I collect them. I don't really use them, but I've had every PlayStation, so I just want this one. But it's becoming annoying, and I'm not giving you 1,000.
Given your choice, would you go get a brand new state-of-the-art turntable?
Or
a PS5? Yeah.
PS5. If I had a choice, PS5.
Now, would that have been the same before our earlier discussion?
Yeah.
Because,
I mean, if there's a choice between those two, it's PS5 all day.
Earlier in the show, Rudy was excited about getting a turntable, a record player, and starting, kick back, have a little gathering. I picture smoking jackets and brandy being sniffed, and there is a record player, and you're going to pull out some, like, I don't know, a mid-50s jazz kind of, something really cool, some bird, maybe smoke a cigar, drink some fine
You know
cognac.
what I mean?
Hear the
And then
crack
Rob's
of
like,
your-
well, do you want to get up every 5 minutes and change the song? And I'm like, damn, bro, just kick my sandcastle over. Why don't you?
Yeah, Miles Davis on the turntable.
Just relax, man. Some good tunes. And it makes you look cool.
For those of you that think that's cool, there's a reason why we don't do it much, because we had to do it back about 40 years ago and realized this sucks. This sucks that I put it on there and it's one record and it's the same. And I get to hear one side for about 15 minutes and I got to get up, go gently, lift this vinyl precious thing, put it back in its sleeve and put it back in its other box, and then put it back in its holder.
It's definitely I think I'm cool type thing.
Well, yes,
I
it's
do
that.
think I'm cool.
That's why I'm saying you'd have to have others over.
It's very Instagrammable, which is important nowadays. You need some stuff for the gram. Karl hasn't grammed his PS5 though. That would be a good flex. He hasn't put it on the gram yet.
I should promote the source. The plug hooked it up.
Yeah, my Siberian Sneaks. Are your kids, your boys, are they Instagram guys? Like, oh, I got to put this on the gram.
Yeah.
Like automatically.
Yeah.
Like,
Are you kidding? They're oversharers. At least my oldest is.
Really? I would think it was the opposite. I would think your youngest is, because he's living the life down there in Aggieville.
Yeah. I probably see more than I should.
I've seen a couple things.
Yeah.
You showed me a couple things from your youngest. He's having a good time.
Yeah, they're living the best life, but I'm not. No, it is.
They're in
life.
their 20s.
They're throwing things up.
They're supposed to. They're in their 20s.
Spurs playing Portland tomorrow night.
Yeah,
we
man.
had this discussion, and let's just throw this out.
Yeah, let's do it.
As we have seen DeJounte truly become the star that we've wanted him to be for the last 4 years, he is now that guy in every facet. He is playing as well as he ever had. And we were talking about the situation the Spurs find themselves in, as the Spurs have got a couple of wins, and DeJounte is playing all-star level. Whether he gets the votes or not, it's not up to him, but he certainly deserves it. Would you today, if the trade became available, move DeJounte for Dame Lillard? And Rudy and I both went, absolutely.
No disrespect to DeJounte.
Absolutely. I would go for Dame. And no disrespect to DeJounte, but there is a separation there. And Karl tried to justify why. No, I'd rather have DeJounte.
I mean, if we're talking about this season alone.
No, we're talking about December 1st, 2021. You get the call. You're Brian Wright. And they say, hey, we want DeJounte and
Thaddeus would probably make sense
for Dame Lillard. You're telling them no.
Yes.
Karl shown it.
So we almost get back to square one with a better DeMar. So this is your best player. You know what you're going to get with this guy. He's a borderline MVP candidate, Dame Lillard.
Okay.
But his best days are behind him, and you don't have a
What is that
sidekick.
based on? How are your best days behind him at 31? You hit your prime in your early 30s. You're in your prime is right now. Like you're entering your prime.
I disagree.
No, your prime is not your 20s. Your prime as a man is your early 30s.
I would love it if DeJounte maybe had a career similar to Dame. It's not going to happen. But if we're talking about right now being stuck with Dame's contract, the extension that just kicked in or kicks in next year.
It's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money over the next 5 years for a guy who's 31 versus DeJounte, who's on a team-friendly deal, who's 25. And comparatively speaking, DeJounte is shooting, let me see, I have the effective field goal percentage at 47.8, and Dame Lillard's effective field goal percentage is at 47.1. And DeJounte averages more assists, more steals, more rebounds. He has a lower usage rate. So if we're talking about right now through 20 games, the more effective scorer is DeJounte, and then you give him all the other noticeable stats. There is something to be said about maybe you would rather have, and it's not even necessarily who's better, because I think Dame might still be better, but who would you rather have is a better question.
You make a valid argument. You do, because
no, he doesn't.
He does.
No,
I'm
he
not saying
doesn't.
I agree with it, but it is absolutely valid, because DeJounte
I'm
will fill every box and will help you in other avenues in a game more than Dame can.
Is Portland Is Portland going to be a better team if they had DeJounte Murray?
No, because Portland is built for Dame to be Dame. Now, CJ will be much better.
CJ's going to get the ball a lot more.
And DeJounte might foster that.
Nurkic is going to get more touches.
So maybe eventually they might be better, but I would not hesitate to put Dame Lillard on my team at any point.
So overall from the field, Damian Lillard is shooting a career low 39%.
It's the new ball.
He's shooting 30% from three. He is averaging a 21.5 points per game, the lowest since his third season in the NBA.
It's the new ball, Karl.
Well, he also had the abdominal injury in Tokyo that he never actually, remember, he didn't play well in Tokyo either. So, I think that maybe plays a small part, if not a big part, into this slow start for Dame Lillard. And again, at 30, you're just never going to be the guy that you were in your 20s. That's just what it is.
Who would you give the most improved to right now, Jordan Poole or DeJounte Murray?
Poole.
DeJounte.
I'd give it to Poole. I think Poole's come a further distance. DeJounte,
he's balling. DeJounte's in the running for most improved for sure.
Oh, he better be. But for right now, Poole has come from a further distance back. DeJounte is living up finally.
Yeah, Poole, we didn't expect this at all.
I didn't
DeJounte, we've been waiting on this. We've been feeling like this could be that. He could have been this last year or the year before, but with COVID
and
him coming off the knee injury, LaMarcus, him coming down, crossing half court and having to give them the ball.
So the thing that hurts Jordan Poole is eventually Klay Thompson will come back, and that'll probably cut into his productivity. DeJounte is going to continue to be the guy, but I do see the argument.
Yeah. As we sit today, I do think that the minutes will be eaten up by the fashion victim. No, I'm thinking of Kuzma.
You're thinking of Kuzma.
Did you see him in that pink sweater with the long arms?
It was trending. Like Karl said, it got trending.
There's a fine line between dressing well and putting on a costume. That was a costume. That was a costume.
He has too much LA in him to get over that. Even
yeah,
in DC.
he worries about that more than he worries about his game. That's his problem.
We'll worry about Portland tomorrow night. Going to be a busy San Antonio sporting evening as the Cowboys will be playing the Saints. You can catch that right here. Spurs going to be on national TV.
Austin Spurs are on. Karl had to work.
Taking on the Charlotte, what are they called?
It's the Greensboro Swarm.
The Greensboro Swarm. They're coming to Austin.
That is. They're the Hornets.
Oh, you'll
affiliate.
get to see young Ball, right?
LiAngelo is on the team. Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
And of course, LeVar is saying they're making a big mistake not calling him up. He's probably the most natural shooter among them, but I can't call him the best shooter among them anymore because they're both Lonzo and LaMelo are shooting much better than they did when they came in.
It was fun seeing them courtside and seeing them play the other day.
Lonzo's MVP worthy.
Lonzo come a long way with Chicago. Well. He finally found a home.
He did.
Chicago's his home. It looks a lot better than it did with the Pelicans or the Lakers.
We're going to put a bow on it. Look forward to halftime and the Blitz. This is R&R in the morning, and you lucky devils are on San Antonio's Sports Star, ESPN AM 1250 and 94.5 FM. Got a toothache? Are you in a situation where you need to have a tooth removed? Or are you looking for implants? I want to tell you about River City Oral Surgery because they're doing things in a very new way. Toothaches, we all get them. If you need your wisdom teeth taken out, or if you know someone that needs dental implants, I want you to meet Dr. Mark Havercorn at River City Oral Surgery. I had the opportunity to meet him and the great staff over there a couple of weeks back. They're a full scope oral surgery practice. They do everything soup to nuts, but the way they do it and how they bill is very different. Their office is over on 1604 and I-10, just across the highway from Topgolf. Easy to get to, easy to find. Dr. Havercorn lives here in San Antonio, and so many of these oral surgeons travel from place to place and offer the surgery, but disappear post and aren't around before. They just come and do the job. That is not what Havercorn is. He is here in San Antonio. He stays here. He's part of the process long after the work is done. He treats people of all ages, from everything from toothaches to wisdom teeth to dental implants. Havercorn is a specialist. He's an oral surgeon and a medical doctor with years of actual experience. Now, all of the bona fides go without saying. It's how he bills that is very unique and cost-effective. All of his prices are listed on his website, rivercityoms.com. I'm telling you, the prices are listed. That's what you pay. Now, do you know what you're going to pay when you go to a dentist? I don't. I just get bills after the insurance is taken out, whatever's there, and then I start getting bills, and you never really know. Well, what Dr. Havercorn does is taken that and made it transparent. You walk in the door knowing exactly what things are cost. They don't accept insurances, though they will help you file. But you will find that even though they don't accept your dental insurance, it will come out most of the time cheaper. And they do offer an affordable payment program. They do offer financing. It is available. So whether you need a tooth taken out or dental implants or major facial surgery, Dr. Havercorn is your doc right here in San Antonio at River City Oral Surgery. Grab a pen. Write this number down. It's 210-778-0002. Again, that's 210-778-0002. If you need to have a tooth extracted, you need wisdom teeth pulled, or you need implants, call Dr. Havercorn. I'm going to tell you, call him second. Find out other prices, then call Dr. Havercorn. You'll see what I'm talking about. And when you do, I'm sure you'll thank me later.
If it's rim wrecking board busting action you want, then come and get it.
Catching a right-hand dunk.
The greatest ballers on earth are doing their thing on the hard court, and we bring it to you. Catch the action on San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
Hey, it's Rob Thompson here for Tri-County Meat Market. I want you to remember that Tri-County has adopted their new winter hours, so when you head over to Tri-County, go there when they're open. Sunday through Wednesday, they're open 10 to 6, Thursday, Friday, 10 to 7, and that will stay that way through further notice. Again, Sunday through Wednesday, 10 to 6, Thursday and through Saturday, 10 to 7, and that will stay there for further notice. But as you head over to Tri-County Meat Market this weekend, it's championship weekend, and you need to spend a championship weekend over a hot grill. Go get their fine meats and put it on the fire. And when you do, take a picture of it. You can upload it at sasportstar.com, and you could win a $50 gift card to Tri-County Meat Market. This weekend, I'm planning on ribs. I hope you're planning the same. And they've got both beef and pork. They make their sausage in-house. They've got the best in all the meats. Upper Choice Wagyu, of course, you're looking for locally sourced meats coming out of beautiful Floresville, Texas. Dean and Peeler meats right there. The great thing about going to a place like Tri-County Meat Market is the expertise behind the counter. If you're looking for something new, they can tell you how to cook it. My goodness, they've done it several times and know exactly how to bring their perfect meat onto your perfect plate. If you're looking for prepared foods, previously made fajitas, both chicken and beef, they are spectacular. You can cut them with a spoon. You won't find them anywhere any better. If you're looking for stuffed chicken breasts, you should try them. Go try an avocado bomb. Yes, go to Tri-County Meat Markets, either of their locations, over on Huebner, out on Ralph Fair. Don't go hungry because you'll end up loading the plate. But if you go hungry, you're going to get exactly what you're chasing. The 5 for $25 is always in play. It is the best deal in San Antonio. 5 different items, including meats and vegetables, all you need to fill your cupboard right there at Tri-County Meat Market. If you're a first responder, when you walk in, of course, you're going to get 10% off. Thank you again for your service, whether you're police, EMS, fire, or in the military. Let me tell you, if you haven't been to Tri-County Meat Market, you owe it to yourself. This is the season of great food and celebrating with friends and family, and there's no better way to prove your love than a big old piece of meat. Head over to Tri-County Meat Market, get your meat today, and I'm sure you're going to thank me later.
1911 Cigars in Cibolo is the premier cigar lounge in South Texas and a must-stop for holiday shopping. Get your stocking stuffers at 1911 Cigars, like cutters, lighters, 5 packs of cigars, and 1911 gear, shirts, hats, whiskey glasses, coasters, and more. 1911 Cigars also offers gift cards, memberships, and lockers. Make your holiday shopping easy and go buy 1911 Cigars at 207 South Main Street in Cibolo. Online at 1911cigars.com.
'Tis the season for savings at Mother's Window Tint, your car stereo and auto security headquarters. Save on 3M Window Tint, 100% legal to get your car dark, dark, dark. This is Texas, baby. 'Tis the season for dark window tint. We do tint front windshields. Yes, 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 we do. And it's perfectly legal, too. At Mother's Window Tint, 'tis the season to make your car go thump, thump, thump. Mother thump. Save on car stereos, amplifiers, and speakers. Save on car alarms. Save on remote starters. Stores in Austin and San Antonio. And on the web at motherswindowtint.com. Are you a people person and like cars? Maybe you can join our team. Contact us by Facebook or on our website, motherswindowtint.com. 'Tis the season to remember. Do it at Mothers and save.
The Dallas Cowboys, the New Orleans Saints. It's going to be a gridiron showdown. Catch all the action tomorrow night at 7:20. Sponsored by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota. San Antonio Sports Star, ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.
This is Max Kellerman on San Antonio's Sports Star, ESPN, AM 1250 and 94.5 FM.
R&R in the Morning continues. Hey, if you haven't gotten your UTSA football tickets, go get them today. They're taking on Western Kentucky this Friday down in our beautiful Alamo Dome, and going to walk away, we hope, with a Conference USA championship on their way to a bowl game around the Christmas, New Year's time. Not an early December bowl game, one of those later prime time bowls that helps to recruit. And as we talk UTSA, they announced this morning that a capital campaign is in full effect. They're looking for millions, and as they upgrade to the Conference USA, they're going to need that kind of money.
They're looking for it, or they already had it?
Well, they got some.
Yeah, they launched a $70 million campaign, but they got prior commitments just to say, hey, we already have people in on this, so we're not looking for 70. They already have $30.5 million in commitments towards this $70 million expansion that seems to mostly benefit volleyball, basketball, and I would say indoor practice facility for outdoor sports.
They're going to get a bubble.
Football team. Well, so this way, in the summer, you can, go a little bit harder. Again, because I remember asking Coach Mike McCarthy about that in Oxnard. And I was like, can you really get in shape in this great weather? And he was like, actually, you get more work done. He goes, when it's 70, I can do a 2 a day. When it's 105, I can't do it 2 a day. Like you might, literally you might kill a kid. So it's good that the Roadrunners are going to get a bubble.
There's absolutely a reason why the Cowboys go to Oxnard. The weather allows you to do more physically than you can.
And in Frisco, you can be inside.
Because I remember the days of the Cowboys in Austin and in Wichita Falls. My gosh, it was brutal. It was the worst. I don't know how they ever got anything completely done. But with the capital campaign, a lot of this will go toward a basketball and volleyball arena.
That's correct. Park West is where they currently have their track and field and their soccer stadiums that share a press box area and stands, but the tracks on one side and the soccer fields on the other. That area is going to eventually include a new softball and new baseball, but it seems that this campaign is to get the Park West field house. It's, quote, a major addition to the existing Park West track and soccer field at UTSA Park West campus. It's a 14,325 square foot facility that will offer state-of-the-art training room, locker rooms, and meeting areas.
Well, that's not the gym. That's not the arena.
No, that's the arena. It'll offer locker rooms for the.
So will be that, and included in that will be a 12,000 seat arena stadium.
Okay. I don't know if you've been to Strand over at Texas State.
Yes.
They have their weight room facility and their practice facility kind of in the same Strand.
Rob is making sure there's a basketball arena.
They have got to build a new basketball arena.
Yes, the Convocation Center is going to become like a recreation center or continue to be practice.
As it was built to be, as it should become. It is not a Power 5 or Group of 5 basketball arena.
Yeah, agree.
I want to thank everybody for stopping by on a good old Wednesday. Rudy, Karl, and I, we're going to go check the tape. We're going to practice real hard, and we promise to get better tomorrow. Halftime comes at noon. Go ahead and set your schedule. We'll see you tomorrow live at Twin Peaks Park North location for halftime. Y'all be safe. We will see you again tomorrow. You're on ESPN 1250 and 94.5 FM.